Yeah, now, I don't know, but it seems like I'm getting some energy that somebody wants some smoke. I'm just getting that kind of energy. I may be wrong, okay, but we gonna see. What's up, Khalid Shakur? Peace, beloved. I didn't even have my mic plugged in, so so if I'm heard clear now, somebody hit that number 8. Let Pimpin know he great and hit that number 8 if y'all can hear me well. Um, I plugged this shit in all late. What you say? I sounded. Let me just do this. Let me unplug this sucker. You should turn the mic up. See. Tripping. My shit was on mute and shit. My bag. So I think people can hear me well now. If you can hear me well now, hit the number 9 or 8. Fuck it. There we go, someone said. Khalid Shakur, thank you for being my sound engineer today. You get a free treat. He say, there we go. Switch to audio purpose. Okay. So I'm on my headset now. I think people can hear me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I didn't plan on just going live today and doing this. I'm not trying to start nothing. But when I sense somebody wants some smoke, I appear. I don't run from nobody. So I sense that Ngozi may want some smoke. I don't know. I don't know if Ngozi's disagreeing with me or trying to agree with me or riding the goddamn fence like he usually do. What up, chat? I don't know. I need clarity. All I do know is like a man, what I do first is I had an issue with some things Ngozi said and some things he expressed. So I called him, and he'll tell you on the phone to talk like a man, just to get some clarity. And I gave him some advice. Because I noticed he spews these vicious, racist rants at anyone North African or anyone Egyptian. And I believe he does that because they showed him up one day, and I witnessed it. They proved him wrong and showed him up one day, and I witnessed it. And he's never gotten over that since. This is what I thought, armchair philosopher. I thought so. I thought he was flip flopping. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Hey, what's up? Peace, Magic Mike. So, yeah, I think this is what happens. He expresses this. Now, Khaled Shakur said y'all were in agreement for the most part. Probably needed discussion to gain clarity. Maybe we do. That's why I have a question mark on here. But y'all gonna tell me I'm gonna play a few clips and we're gonna see. But he definitely has it out for anyone North African or Egyptian. I don't know why, because a lot of times most of them are agreeing with him. What's up, peace, Markel Maxwell, Maxwell? Um, yeah, he got a chip on his shoulder. So here's the thing. Ngozi spews these racist, just like just rabid racist, like hardcore insults to the North African. I've seen him do this on three different occasions. This is what confuses me. So in those North Africans interactions like APEP, Shakir, Egyptology 7, it's people like these that come on my stream or other people's stream. They've never ever came on any of them streams and live stream and displayed any racism. Never. If they did, the chats and moderators, the moderators would have been put them out. The moderators haven't put them out because they haven't spewed some racist nonsense. And Ngozi's mad at them because they busted his ass one day. And sometimes outside of our circles, they may spew some shit that sounds racist to black Americans. I really don't give a fuck. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, snap on these niggas. And it's because black Americans has displayed racism to them first. So if they snap back, oh well, that was you niggas who started this shit. When y'all for years, I've been here calling of you call the Native Americans fake. You guys are fake $5 Indians. This ain't your culture. You guys are fake. You guys say the Egyptians are fake. You call them Arabs and they not Arabs. Egypt is only 17% Arab. They're North Africans. They're Egyptians. You guys call them fake. We the real. This is our history. This is our culture. Get the fuck out of here. You guys have been racist to Egyptians, modern day Egyptians, for decades. I've watched it. I see it. You can't tell me no difference. So if they snap back, and to you in your mind it seems racist, oh well. Maybe a lot of y'all need to fucking apologize. That's a phone call. Ngozi calling me now. But I've called the brother last month several times. No answer. Text him. No answer. I thought so too, Markel Maxwell. Well, let's go see. Let's talk about it. Because Ngozi spews a lot of shit. And it seemed like he was hating on me for being on Sonetter and body slamming the conscious community. This is what it seems like. Now, y'all tell me. I'm going to play a few clips. All of a sudden, Ngozi want to call me and talk. I've been calling. You ain't answered. So we're talking about experts and credentialed people, right? Ngozi's not no expert. Ngozi's not credentialed. Ngozi has yet to show his bachelor's degree he claimed he had years ago. He said it a million times. I've heard him. Don't play with me. I keep telling nigga I'm the wrong one to fuck with or come for. So unless Ngozi shows a degree, he's no expert. He's just like us, an enthusiast. Ngozi changes his stance on Black Egypt depends on who he's talking to. No one flip flops more than Ngozi. This is fucking true. You guys may not hear it because you're not paying attention. Chief X is listening closely. Now, Ngozi's commenting. He gets all flustered and in an uproar. I'm not going to insult him here, and I still haven't, but he will insult me. This is why I know he ain't never really been down like that with me. He don't fuck with me like that. Are you saying you know more than me? Yeah, you pretty much do know more than me about in DNA. Yeah, I'm a realist. Tell me what I lie about. Tell me one lie I said since I've been on here. I'm asking questions. I'm confused. So let's play your words and see what the fuck you talking about, Ngozi. Nigga, you gonna get clear. I called you and we've talked several times on the phone, and I said it just doesn't. It's not appropriate for you spewing this rabid racism. It makes you look like a wild man. It makes you look like your feelings hurt. It's not a good look. And I gave you advice, and you said thanks for the advice, Chief X. No other nigga called you to give you an advice and pull you up. Chief X did. Let's get some clarity. I'm having a debate on Sonnetters the week past weekend. Not past weekend. It might have been a week ago by now. Okay, about a week ago. And Ngozi pops up during the question and answer period. That's fine. But what he was popped up saying is disturbing and flip flopping. For some reason, I put my link in the chat on all my lives at the end. And I say, people, come on, let's talk. Let's have a question and answer. And Ngozi never shows up on my shit, ever. All of a sudden, I'm debating on Sonetter, and here it come Ngozi showing up. All up in the on the motherfucking screen. But you listen to my fucking videos all the time. Why you don't show up when I put a link in my shit and I call for certain shit? Did you forget this, Ngozi? See, I give niggas a few chances. So it's strike three for you. So I came for you today. A year ago, I did a presentation or some kind of halfway presentation or something on Sonnetters. And here come you pop up then. You don't pop up when I'm live except today because I got your name in the chat. So you popped up a year ago when I was on there. And you popped up a week ago when I was on there. But why won't you pop up here when I'm on? Why you didn't answer your phone the last few times? So check this out. When I was on Sonetta a year ago, Sonetta, I should have clipped up that shit to have it here, but I didn't. But I'll just talk about it. When I was on Sonetta's a year ago and ready to debate Ankh and smack his bitch ass up, here you come popping up on Sonetta, and Sonetta asked you, Ngozi, do you agree with me? And you threw me under the motherfucking bus and said no. I'm not confused, and don't make me pull the clip. You threw me under the bus. I let it go, didn't I? Never sweated you about it. A couple other people sweated you about it and argued you down about it. I just watched the argument, but they were right. It seems like when I get on a big platform, you pop up because you don't want my message to get out to a big platform. You didn't correct this shit and you knew better, nigga. Maybe this is the problem. You and Team Osiris never corrected this Black Egypt bullshit. Only thing y'all did was take another angle, which was a ride the fence angle, and you guys would say, no, we are not descendants of ancient Egyptians. That's y'all angle. Just that African Americans aren't descendant of ancient Egypt. Whoopie doo. But you would still leave it, you would still give the impression that they were black people, just not related to African Americans. This is the impression you guys have always given. Even when you show images. One day I was called out and I came on Team Osiris Live. And y'all tried to front like you agree with me and all you down with me and shit. But as soon as I get on a live, y'all saying some different shit. I'm trying to get you niggas to say, nah, they're not black folk. Which you know they're not. But you wouldn't do it. So what you guys did, and the angle you took, was not, they not black people, but they look like black people. And you always on this Somali or Ethiopian shit. Somali, Ethiopia. Get off that bullshit. So you try to give the impressions that they look like that they look like Nipsey Hussle or something. And you know, to black Americans, Nipsey Hussle is a black man. And he looks like a black man. So that shit don't work with me. So let's just share and see what you're talking about, Ngozi. Because you're not an expert. You don't have a bachelor's degree in biology like you claim. Let's just talk since you want to fuck around and talk. This is what you don't want me to say. Because I busted you out about this lie before, and I left it alone to give you a pass, but here you is again fucking with me. Okay, so let's go. Now, explain this bullshit. Let me remove that. Hold on. Let's put you on Showtime. Since you want to pop up whenever Chief X is on Sonetters to try to seem like you want to knock my shine. Every time I've been on Sonetta, here you pop up disagreeing, trying to knock my shine. Because you didn't clear this shit up. Now let's listen.
Okay, let's get Ngozi in here. Ngozi.
So this is, let me prep people. This is question and answer period after I smacked up this dude Sekou in the debate. Ngozi didn't have no motherfucking question. He came on here specifically to knock my shine and try to change the narrative to some shit we wasn't talking about. Let's go listen to him.
Hey, what's going on,
All
man?
right, what's
Thanks
up,
a
brother?
lot for
Did
the
you
time.
see the debate?
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I know it's a continuation from what happened
Yeah, this is a
yesterday.
Q and A right
Pause. God damn it. If the nigga didn't watch the debate, what is he doing on here? During question and answer period. It's mind games is what he's doing. He did watch the fucking debate. He's lying. Niggas always do that shit. Well, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I just wanted to all this double talk bullshit. Nigga, you watched it. That's why you on here. Let's go and hear what this nigga got to say.
here. Do you have any questions for either one of the brothers?
No, I don't have questions. I just wanted to add on, but no, I don't have any
Yeah,
questions.
nah. This the question part for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't have a question. I just no, I don't have a question. I just think that that portion of Africa, to add on, I think both of them got a point. To deny what they label as a population with certain phenotypes that's equal to certain populations south, to say that they wasn't there for anyone is problematic. And to deny the back migration that occurred is also problematic. But
Pause. That's the most flip flopping statement I've ever fucking heard. He's playing both sides. You guys probably didn't get it. I'm gonna play it again for you, and you need to listen.
what we do know is that the people in that region were African, regardless of what they look like. That's just a fact.
Bam! There you go again. That's his last statement. We do know the people are African. That's for damn sure. When he says that, what do you think black Americans' minds goes to? He knows exactly where black Americans' minds go to. A nappy head, dark person like me and everybody on this panel. He knows that. That's why he uses those terms. This is why he didn't use the term North African. He strictly said African. That means he's saying they're African like Ghanaians. And he knows that people don't think no deeper into it. That's a mind game. Let's hear the whole thing again. I'm going to show you and share with you. Hold on.
So it's problematic. Point. Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't have a question. I just no, I don't have a question. I just think that that portion of Africa, to add on, I think both of them got a point.
Pause. How does Sekou have any kind of point? Off the rip, you start off saying Sekou got a point and I got a point. That's called riding the fence. You didn't pick a side. Sekou had no point in this whole thing. You know goddamn well Horners are not North Africans. And Ngozi, you know that shit. That was one of his claims. And his another one was a taboo, which we'll get to. And you should know, or if you didn't know, because you act like I was wrong on somebody else's stream. Yeah, the taboo are fucking nomadic people. They don't even have a fixed habitation. They are not fucking Libyans. Therefore, they are not North Africans. But let's listen to this guy and how he flip flops.
To deny that portion of Africa, to add on, I think both of them got a point. To deny what they label as a population with certain phenotypes that's equal to certain populations south, to say that they wasn't there for anyone is problematic. And to
Pause. So he's saying to say that sub-Saharan Africans wasn't there is problematic. He didn't say it that way. His language was to say that the phenotypical people below South wasn't there is problematic. Like he disagrees with me without disagreeing with me. He knows this discussion wasn't about someone being there. So why is he trying to change my narrative? I didn't claim Nubians weren't in Egypt. God damn it, they were. They were the 25th fucking dynasty. They've been up in there as a tributary state, bringing tributes and trinket and gold forever. Beginning of the dynasties, they was there. I've never claimed there was no black people in Egypt. I said there are no black tribes indigenous to North Africa in them other five areas, the Levant, the Europe, Caucasus, the Near East. He knows that's my claim. Why does he come on Sonetter changing my narrative? Let's continue to listen.
To deny the back migration that occurred is also problematic. But what we do
So he killed two birds with one stone. He said it's problematic to deny that we weren't there, and it's problematic to deny back migration. Nobody's even really talking about back migration, although that's a part of this discussion. But he knows that back migration, and these people have been there about 60,000 years. He mentioned Soikita, so he knows better. So why is he playing both sides of the fence? He didn't have a question. He only came on to change the narrative and make people think that black people were Egyptians or black people were in Egypt because it's problematic, he say, to think otherwise. That is the most flip-flop statement ever. Let's hear it in its full context.
do know is that the people equate to deny. Just
Yeah.
I really don't have a question. I just no, I don't have a question. I just think that that portion of Africa to add on, I think both of them got a point to deny what they label as a population with certain phenotypes that's equal to certain populations south. To say that they wasn't there for anyone is problematic, and to deny the back migration that occurred is also problematic. But what we do know is that the people in that region were African, regardless of what they look like. That's just a fact.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
so he ended it doubling down on saying, God damn it, they was African people. And he knows people don't know no better when you say North African or when you say Sub-Saharan African. He knows that. Listen, we got some more. We got some more. Hold on. Okay, let me play this clip. I may let this cat on. Hold on. So let's play this clip. So I have a full blown debate. He don't come fucking with me after the debate. He come to knock my shine on the debate. He knows brother Unc can't stand me and clown me. So here he goes a couple days ago running over to Unc's page to try to seem like he want to team up with Unc and teach. Just listen.
Yo,
Hey, what up, brother?
what's good, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm
What is
chilling,
it?
man. I'm just trying to listen to the madness and hurry up and we can teach, brother. That's all.
Well, what madness are you talking about? So we can teach. We, you and Unc can teach what? You guys supposedly disagree. What are you sucking up with Ankh for? Because you know Ankh was on this live stream right here because he was pissed off that Chevron and Corey was live streaming right at the same time, but giving me praise for winning the debate. You didn't want to go over on there when they was giving me praise and shit for winning the debate, which you did go over there. But here you go running to Ankh to try to side and kiki with him about what he's mad at, which is me being on Sonetter. And tell me, let's teach, Ankh. Teach what?
Man. Just
What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm
What is
chilling,
it?
man. I'm just trying to listen to the madness and hurry up and we can teach, brother.
But like, are you saying I'm teaching some madness? I'm wrong about something? Like, I'm confused because you're not clear. We're going to get some clarity today.
That's all, man.
You missed it. I was over here jamming. Yo, I couldn't, come on, man. Come on, yo. Like, we know what the deal is, yo. We come on, man.
I want to ask brother a pep that's in the audience. I can't see what he's saying, but
Now, First thing on his mind was the same shit I said when I started this video. Hold on. He's worried about APEP, this North African. Why are you so fixated on North Africans and being racist to them? I don't get it. They've never been racist to you in any of these chats, in any of their interactions with us black Americans live. Armchair Philosopher knows Ngozi on that live stream with Ankh at the exact time Chief X is on a stream with pseudo killers. Ngozi is just being a hater. This is what I'm getting this feeling. Why you can't come on my stream if you're not a hater? Except for today here, you now all of a sudden you want to come on here. Why you couldn't ask? I got the full sense, and I'm 52 years old. My intuition is great. I'm not crazy. And Ngozi hates to see me shining. This is the problem. Let's continue this.
I want Brother Pep to tell me people that look like Muhammad Ramadan, who's an Egyptian, what would he be classified as? And he knows who Muhammad Ramadan is, or the people of Luxor are looking at the Saudi people and their skin tone range. Muhammad Ramadan wouldn't be morphologically classified as Caucasoid, and he's not Nubian at all. His mother's a fair-skinned Egyptian woman from the north. His father's a darker-skinned Egyptian man from the south. So my question to Epep and any modern Egyptian, what would Brother Muhammad Ramadan be classified as? Because the morphology...
Pause. What he's trying to say is, them people at the border, he said his mama's this, his daddy's this. He said his mama's a fair-skinned Egyptian, his daddy's a dark-skinned Egyptian. But he looks like us. This is what he's saying. So he only says this shit when he gets with Ankh. Because Ankh wants to make the Egyptians black also. But he really doesn't have the scholarship to do it. So they're sitting here doing this mind game shit. He basically just said this man looks black, so what you classify him as? North Africans? Like he's coming for the North Africans. Why is North Africans his concern?
of Egypt was never homogenous, and it's not even to this day. You can find Egyptian people who are Coptics with prognathism, protruding mandibulars, big ass noses, and light brown skin. It's not even to this day. You can find Egyptian people who are Coptics with prognathism, protruding mandibulars, big ass noses, and light brown skin.
Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie, Ngozi. Use a lie. Coptics do not look like with no prognosticism and big old broad nose, and you can't find no Coptics looking like no nigga like that. See, this is what I'm saying. That's that riding the fence shit. He's trying to tell you on Ox platform there are Coptics that look like Bookman from Good Times. That's what he said just now. Look at what his homie is coming up here trying to cover for him. Now, Gullah Geechee, we had let Ngozi fight his own fight. Gullah Geechee, the Bajas are not Horners. Either way, they're from the Red Hills. They migrated to parts of Eritrea. They're northern Cushitic speakers. Eritrea is not the Horn of Africa now? Y'all getting these pickles, and then you start denying common sense shit. Eritrea is not the Horn of Africa? I said they're Horners. That's a whole nother debate. We'll touch that later. I'm not even gonna do that. Stop it. Now, let's continue to why Ankh thinks this. Hold on. If I'm tripping, then Ankh's tripping too. Or somebody. Listen, hold on.
Could they be classified as the brown race, which is one of the earliest coins that people used for the Mediterranean? Could they prognathism, protruding mandibulars, big ass noses, and light brown skin? Could they be classified as the brown race, which is one of the earliest coins that people used for the Mediterranean race, the brown race?
Stop that shit. That was the earliest term they used for the Mediterraneans. They called them the brown race. See, I don't understand what you're trying to do and trying to say. You're confusing me. But we're going to get some clarity today. I may let you on. But let me do my thing first. I'm a fair person. Let's continue to listening.
Because the world was mainly.
Let's be clear. First, he says Coptics. There are Coptics that look like bookmen from Good Times. He's saying they're the brown race. I mean, just listen to how he's alluding to things.
What they classified as black and brown, because your damn show ain't white. And if you were here in the civil rights time, they'll classify those brown people as black, even though you may not be classified as Nilotic or what they label as.
Pause. See, that's Ankh's thing. They'll classify these people as black. Use a motherfucking lie. If 10 modern day Egyptians, which is what the ancient Egyptians look like, you've said that out your mouth before. I don't know why you're flip flopping now. If 10 modern day Egyptians ran up in here in Compton, California, every nigga in Compton gonna be able to clearly tell they look nothing like us. Why is you niggas playing games like this? Everybody in the city of Compton will know that these modern day Egyptians don't look nothing like us and ain't us. They be like, who is y'all and where y'all from, cuz? Stop that shit. The government of the United States ain't no white folk that goddamn dumb to think Ibn Muhammad of the Arab Emirate citizen looks like Leroy up out of Watts, California. They are not gonna think that. You niggas been lying forever. They are not gonna put him in the back of the bus with y'all. They're gonna clearly say, "Oh, this is a different people." Where are they from? The Middle East? That's what they gonna fucking say. They're gonna clearly know it is not a nigga from the hood. Stop that cap. So I'm not. I'm see. This is what I do. I play their words. I'm not gonna lie on nobody. Play my words before y'all make up and falsify and fuck up my claims. Play my words saying that bullshit. Let's continue playing some words.
Being black, but you can't denounce. And if you were here in the civil rights time, they'll classify those brown people as black, even though you may not be classified as Nilotic or what they label as Nubian black. But you can't denounce a Nilotic presence that was indigenous to the Nile. That's always been there. That's why modern Egyptians.
So now he's saying the Nilotics were indigenous to the Nile, but he's not clear. Nile Valley is Egypt. People have to distinguish. He didn't say Nile River. Nile Valley is Egypt. Nothing else. The Nile Valley is that area from the Delta to the first cataract. Ain't none of them Bejas indigenous to Egypt. None of them Bejas were part of any pharaonic dynasty. Let's be honest. No Beja has ever been part of a pharaonic dynasty. Nubians have. Because the Beja stayed their ass a little lower. South. So you giving these false impressions to people when you know better. Let's continue to hear you talk.
or even the ancient Egyptians were 15% Omatic like, which shows the genetic signature of something coming from somewhere in the south. They are not explaining this, man, at all. The Egyptians are
Oh God, Ngozi.
the ancient Egyptians were 15% Omatic like, which shows the genetic signature of something coming from somewhere in the south. They are not explaining this, man.
So they got these signatures for something coming from the south. You guys just do this reaching shit. You go back way prehistory. I remember when I first started this shit, I said niggas gonna have to go way back prehistory, outside of 6,000 years to come close to fucking with me. And that's all they've been doing.
At all. The Egyptians are fully African, regardless of what they look like.
Fully African. Okay, Ghanaians are fully Africans. So when you say that, you're just saying they're the same. Both are fully Africans. That's not clarification. That's called bad teaching. If you don't say one is North African and the other is Sub-Saharan African, you're not being clear. You're trying to blend it all in into one and be ambiguous. Let's stop being ambiguous. Anyone listening, that would have been ambiguous to them, confusing, because you be ambiguous and confusing on purpose. Let's continue to listen.
You know, the mixing happened right there. The culture, the ethics, everything. You don't find Egyptian customs and culture.
Let me pause. This is why nobody's gonna say yoga is Asian. God damn it. It's just Asian. I mean just Asian without giving clarification. If I say just that, then somebody's going to say, okay, Vietnamese and Cambodian people jumped off yoga. You can't just say Asian because there's different types of people on the Asian continent, so you have to be clear and you have to say Southeast Asians. That gives clarity in the dumb person's mind. You want to make sure that you're not giving them the impression that you're talking about Turkey or Iran. It's a difference. And these niggas just ambiguously saying African to everybody that's on the continent of Africa without giving it a East African, without giving it a West African, without giving it a South or a Central or a North is being ambiguous and deceitful. Let me tell you, I know these niggas. Anywhere you read in academic and scholarly circles, when they mention Egypt, they will always 100% of the time say North Africa, because that's how you properly teach, to give a person proper image in their mind of the geography of who they're talking about. So they won't confuse it from somebody from Botswana. You don't want to confuse somebody from Botswana with somebody who's from the Mediterranean. So stop playing these games. Let's continue.
Outside of that portion of Africa, but I'm talking about that the way they did things. You get what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm just wanting to say that.
Man, I heard you went over there and beat that nigga up. I can't even believe niggas
Say that.
Man, I heard you went over there and beat that nigga up. I can't even believe niggas snuck on the panel, nigga. Man, I heard you went over there and beat that nigga up. I can't even believe niggas snuck on the panel, nigga.
So I wasn't the only one feeling that energy? Uncle Kick felt you were trying to beat me up intellectually. You heard out of his mouth. So either me and Anka's tripping, or you need to clarify something and say, you know what, I may have been a little over aggressive and I can see how people got that impression. That's why I'm here. Unc felt you beat me up. I was feeling the same thing. I always say, niggas, don't come over here playing with me, y'all. Listen here. My saying is always never be the aggressor, which I'm not. I'm a kind, nice guy until somebody irks my ire. Never be the aggressor, but aggress when aggressed upon. So nigga come for me, I'm an eye for an eye kind of guy. I may give it a few passes. I always do. Even before me and Ankh fell out, I gave Ankh 3 chances for disrespecting and snapping on me, and then I came for him. So I always know for sure I didn't start it. I'm only responding to niggas fucking with me. Let's hear what Ankh felt in his heart.
The way they did things. You get what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm just wanting to say that.
Man, I heard you went over there and beat that nigga up. I can't even believe niggas snuck on the panel, nigga.
Now, did Ngozi say, no, I didn't go over there to beat your fucks up? I agree with him. Did he say anything, any kind of semblance to that? He just totally let it go as if, yeah, I tried to beat that nigga up. So I'm not here lying. Let's listen to see if he corrected Ankh.
And beat that nigga up. I can't even believe niggas snuck on the panel, nigga. Can't believe niggas snuck on the panel. I don't know how he got on that motherfucker. How he got on there, but I ain't gonna speak to it. No, I appreciate that, man. I was great to get off here. Amir,
Okay, one more thing. I just want to say this to the audience before.
So he never corrected Ankh. He co-signed Ankh's feelings of him beating me up. Would you say Council of Nicaeans? The silence is agreement. But let's go further. Because I keep receipts. I don't lie on people. Let me just let you hear a little bit of the energy. Here we go. Here we go.
They only chose 2 groups hanging on the borders, crying, wishing that they was North African. You guys forgot about all the other 4 A'ers. I killed this whole debate. The conscious community's been bodies. Y'all
Okay,
can go ahead.
I want to.
Now, I said I killed the whole debate. The conscious community's been body slammed. Emir wants to jump in and say something immediately. He hates to see me shine, it seems. I don't know, but we're going to get some clarity today.
I killed this whole debate. The conscious community's been bodies. Y'all can
Okay,
go
I
ahead.
want to respond to something right quick.
Somebody has to
I want to
volunteer to
respond.
get off so
I
that
want to
thunder
respond.
can
I
come
want to
on.
respond to
But
something
go
right
ahead,
quick.
y'all. No, go ahead. Go
First
ahead.
of all, if you guys can go to Wiki, the DJ, it depends on who's talking because Chief X does not have the cap over territories and borders. That's his opinion because he knows in his studies that you can't say that taboo does exist in southern Libya, and southern Libya is
Wait a minute. It sounded like he was a little aggressive to me. Let's hear that again.
still classified. Does not have the cap over. You guys can go to Wiki. The DJ, it depends on who's talking because Chief X does not have the cap over territories and borders. That's his opinion because he knows in his studies that you can't say that taboo does exist in southern Libya, and southern Libya is still classified as North Africa. That's his opinion because he don't want.
Pause. Uh-oh. So, what you was doing there, Ngozi, you was trying to call me out because I told that man in the debate that taboo is not North African. So right there, it looked like you were trying to say that they are. That's what I heard. But let me inform you because I did further research. Not only was he dead wrong, he was double dead wrong. And you piggybacking off of him you should never do that. This Chief fucking X, nigga. He was wrong as hell. And you just piggybacked off somebody who's wrong. The taboo are a nomadic people. A nomad is a people who don't have a fixed habitat. The majority of their population is in Chad. I showed that. Chad is Central African Africa. I showed that. The Taboo, you guess you can consider them Central Africans, but some of them are in a piece of West Africa. They have a little piece on the borders of Libya, but the majority is in Central Africa, Chad. But just be clear, the Taboo are nomads. Nomad don't have a fixed habitat. Therefore, what you just said, you tried, was wrong. They're not Libyans and they're not North Africans. You tried to play it off like that was true and get all aggressive with me.
Deal with that.
Ahead, y'all. No, go ahead.
First
I
of all,
have to
I want to
volunteer to
respond.
get off so
I
that
want to
thunder
respond.
can
I
come
want to
on.
respond to
But
something
go
right
ahead,
quick.
y'all. No, go ahead. Go
First
ahead.
of all, if you guys can go to Wiki, the DJ, it depends on who's talking because Chief X does not have the cap over territories and borders. That's his opinion because he knows in his studies that you can't say that taboo exists in southern Libya, and southern Libya is still classified as North Africa. That's his opinion because he don't want to deal with that. And here's another thing: when you
Because I don't want to deal with it, you said? I did deal with it. Did you see my rebuttal? I dealt with it in the debate. Then I dealt with it the next day when I did a review on the debate. See, you be on this Iberial Marusian shit. That's what y'all be talking about. Iberial Marusian, Iberial Marusian. Natufians, Iberian Marusian, Natufians, Iberial Marusians. Look, bro. Look, bro. Iberian Marusian seems to have appeared around the time of the last glacial maximum. That's a cold period. They definitely didn't have no goddamn afro. Somewhere between 25,000 and 23,000. Look here. If another nigga take me back to prehistory, I'm going to let him know in a certain kind of way that's uncomfortable. Don't take me back to no motherfucking 23,000 years ago when we're talking about ancient Egypt. Don't take me back to no motherfucking Natufian culture right here. All where? In the Levant. 15 to 11,000 years ago. All in the Levant. Anything you niggas talking about, it cannot fuck with my claims and what the fuck I'm saying. Let it go. I played your words. I didn't make up nothing on nobody. I played what I have contention with, where I'm feeling some aggressiveness and a lot of flip flopping. I didn't make up nothing on nobody. Let me read a few comments. Instead of just flat out saying, you know what, Chief X is right as hell. I appreciate what Chief X is doing. He's correct. African Americans are not descendants of Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians, you do make it plain sometimes, but then there's also that 1/3 time where you don't make it plain. Just like when I played your clip on Sonetta just now. You totally confused everybody on purpose. You do that. Now, if you don't have a degree in biology, bring your ass on here and apologize for lying to the people and saying you do, because you've claimed that before. And we're not going to believe you until we see it and know what university it is. Either you come on here and apologize and say, I don't have a degree, I'm just an enthusiast. I've been lying about having a biology degree. Or say, hey, you know what, Chief X, I wasn't coming for you. I agree with you. So I said we're going to get some clarity today. Let me read the chat first. and see this disrespect all up in here because a nigga's ass is on the goddamn line, so he's going berserk, it seems. Hold on. We got 63 people watching. Shit. This nigga, because I called Ngozi, and niggas is paying attention to shit, watching. I don't never have 63 people watching, but they love drama. It's okay. Matter of fact, if you watching and you not subscribed, you living in the dark. Subscribe to Chief X. See, these North Africans feel your bullshit. I'm not. Ngozi, you know I gave you a phone call and gave you a pull up first. Didn't I? I said you shouldn't fuck with them North Africans like that. Didn't I? So now, here they go. That Amir is a clown that dreamed to rewrite North African history. How sick you must be to obsess over civilizations that have nothing to do with you. So that's what I'm saying by Ngozi, you're an enthusiast just like us. I've seen a North African tear your ass up in a discussion and you were dead wrong and couldn't admit it. You one of these ego niggas who can't admit when you're wrong. You have a little bit been trying to rewrite North African history, and we don't know no better because we don't know the subject of DNA science as good as you. Ngozi, you know DNA science 10 times better than I do. That is not my lane. This is how honest I am. But I have to side eye you when you're running off at the mouth and fast talking and shit. And I say a good teacher is going to make sure the student understands. You never do that. So to me, red flags go up. They may not go over everybody else. Cause these niggas thought Asar Imhotep was just kicking some good shit, and this nigga was a legit linguist. And I've been telling niggas for 3 years, this nigga is teaching pseudo linguistics. But it sounded so good. He fast talked you guys, pushing false cognates and shit. You guys had no idea. But since he was so pontificating and seemed kind and nice, you guys said no way he couldn't be lying to us. Surely he was. So you got this beef with North Africans because they're what? Protecting their own history? What is your beef with them if you're not trying to rewrite this shit and confuse us black Americans? Everyone's seeing you call these North Africans racist for trying to defend their own history. And because they tell the truth about North African. Because you want black Americans to still feel like Ankh teaches that hell, they wasn't African Americans, but they looked black people, like black people. So you're not letting it all go. You keeping some shit. Let me drop this damn link up in here. Now, I'm putting the link on here, but don't come up on here thinking we're going to have a debate on DNA and think you're going to debate Chief X on DNA. That's not my lane, and I'm not debating you on it. I'm strictly telling you my feelings about how you've been coming at me and some of the flip-floppish things that sound like you're saying. This is my beef. So the link is in the chat.
I'm right here, man. I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm not even being disrespectful. You keep me in your mouth. I don't really care about you on beef. Everybody know that in Ngozi, if you put my name in your mouth, I'm gonna get you ratings. So I already know what this shit about. I don't even care. But you don't control my narrative and tell me how I can talk, where I can go. Just because I agree with you on some points, don't mean I agree with you fully. And I keep saying that. I keep saying that. And to the North Africans, I know what they're doing. They don't like niggas. So they disrespect black people. And I want to say this, X. The reason why they run with you is because you have a black man.
Pause. Pause
No,
for a second. Pause
no,
just 1 second.
go
I'm
ahead,
not. I'm,
go ahead.
I'm not going to interrupt you. Just pause for a second. When you just say that they, what did you say? They're racist.
Yes, they are racist. Yes.
Okay. Do they
And not
display
all
that?
of them. Not
Wait,
all of
wait,
them. Because
wait,
I
wait,
got
wait.
North African friends. Go
Okay,
ahead.
fine, but fine. Do they display that interacting with us on live streams?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Give me an
Yes.
example.
Your boy, your pep said niggas wasn't shit but slaves. Another motherfucker said on that. Hold on, let me finish, bro. Wallahi, on the loss upon what Allah wouldn't lie. On another motherfucking panel on Phoenician 7 shit, you have North Africans saying mud hut people and all types of stupid shit. So when my thing, let me just say this.
But
My thing,
Amir, stop. Because once we do this, then there's going to be problems and we can't be honest. Because you just said on Egyptologist 7, who you say?
that bitch Egyptologist 7, the
No, on
bitch.
whose page you said?
Egyptologist
I know
17.
on who's on her. Okay, see, this is what I said before I even asked you the question.
Uh-huh.
I said interacting with us on our streams.
But
I don't want to hear about no North
okay,
African
so
person's
wait,
live stream. What they talk about between
okay,
them, if
okay.
whatever they. I'm talking about in
So
interacting with us.
so on what's her name page, pseudo killers, you have a pep saying racist shit about black people sometimes.
Okay, so they're just letting him spew racist stuff, and CK,
They
who is a rabid racist herself. Okay, she's allowing North Africans to come on her stream and insult black folk, and
hold
nobody is
on,
saying nothing.
hold on. You asked me what was
Li-
my thing. Let me just say this. You asked me what was my thing of why I attack some North Africans. Because I don't hate North Africans. I don't. Wallahi, I don't. I look at them as my cousins. And Ngozi has always taught that North Africans are sub-Saharan African cousins. They're still Africans, regardless of the back migration. And Ngozi has always taught that you cannot determine what's a true African based off skin. I would never tell a lighter skinned Egyptian who range from my color to even lighter that they're not African. That's stupid as fuck. I never did that. Also, if you look up the Garamantes based off what they say, because even though Tuba, taboo people, I want to go back to that because you kind of filtering and saying things that let me explain what I mean fully. The Tubu people does not just exist in Chad; they exist also in southern Libya. You can look it up, and they're also mixed with Eurasians because
But
Eurasians.
pause.
Let me.
But no, I'm gonna let you finish. But we got to be clear to the audience. You know, I said that. I said they're on the borders of southern Libya,
But
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 they're not Libyans. I said
but
this. You have to be clear and just let the people be clear
hold on.
about that. Okay?
Let me
You said they were Libyan. They're not.
listen.
I played
Listen.
your words.
Hold on. They
Go
are
ahead.
listen. They are Libyans. They are citizens in Libya. They're Libyan people. There are multiple ethnic groups in Libya. Why would they not be Libyans? Because why would they not be Libyans if they live there? That's
Do
like
they
me.
call
Hold on.
they call them
Hold on.
taboo? They don't
That's
call them Libyans.
listen. Within Libya, you have Taboo, you have mainly Amazigh, you have the Torriks, you got different groups of people there.
The Amazigh there in Libya are called Libyans. The
What I'm trying,
taboo there are not called Libyans.
what I'm trying to say is, we get an honest
Am
look
I
at
right? Am I
if we,
right?
they're Libyans, even if they're not
Are
called it,
the
they're still
taboo
Libyans.
called Libyans?
They are Libyan people.
Are
They
they
exist
called
there.
Libyans by people?
People outside of that area, they're Libyans.
Stop.
I don't live in Libya. They're
Cap.
Libyans.
Go ahead though. We can move on.
Okay, whatever. You can say a cap. Another thing, I want to talk about this Ethio-Somali shit because I want the audience to understand what I'm saying. And I want a real North African who understands genetics to understand what's being said. Ethio-Somali morphology does not develop in a horn. Each Somalians at one point were classified as Caucasoid like North Africans. When it comes to the paternal line of Somali men, EV32 is a subclade of EV12, which came from EM78, which formed in Egypt. So North African man, a very long time ago, inserted into the horn. So a lot of the Cushitic people who
How
are
long? How long? How long?
let me finish. Let me finish.
About how long?
What's the Ethio-Somali component? The Ethio-Somali component came into the whole in Africa 23,000 years ago.
Why are we talking about 23,000 years
Because
ago?
we're talking about populations who are not classified as Negroid. Somalian people are not Negroids,
All right.
regardless of their skin. They're not Negroids. They're not.
So what is this thing when you guys keep saying Ethio-Somali and that's what they look
Because,
like?
because the Ethio-Somali phenotype is what you find typically that's average in North Africa. They have a specific morphology.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm
No,
50.
let me finish.
Okay, but I'm 52 years old, and I know goddamn well. What's the rapper name? Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle
Do,
did not look like he did not look like an
exactly.
African man.
Nipsey Hussle do not look like them Egyptians at all.
Brother, Nipsey Hussle looked like a fucking Palestinian with brown
No,
skin.
no, Nipsey Hussle looks just like
If
an
you look-
Ethiopia or Eritrean. They're the same goddamn stock to me. I know exactly what they look like. I've been looking at them. I used to fuck an Ethiopian chick. I know exactly what they look like and what her whole family look like, and they look nothing like Egyptians.
Let me explain something to you. Those people in the Horn of Africa, if you follow the genetics, they are 40% Eurasian, and some of that Eurasian comes from ancient North Africa. And then sometimes it can decrease and increase. They are not Negroid in morphology. Eritrean is not a Negroid.
Right.
A Somali is not a Negroid. They are
Right.
not.
I agree.
They're not.
I agree, though.
So what I'm trying to say is that if you look at Nipsey Hussle, who was partially Ethiopian, I think his father's probably I don't know if he's Habesha or Tigray. No, he's Tigray. He's from Eritrea. Those people in morphology, he don't look shit like the average African American in morphology who's classified as Congoid or Negroid. He's not. And his mother, hold on, let me finish. And his mother is an African American Creole lady. She looks filtered and mixed up. So that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
Pause. Do you have children, Ngozi?
Yes, I do.
By an ex-wife or what?
By my wife and now, and I have children by my ex.
You're currently
Absolutely.
married?
Yes.
What is your wife ethnicity?
Somali.
Okay. Now, Ngozi just told us, which he rarely does. I had to corner him on this.
So?
But people should be this open all the time. So I'm telling you, the reason Ngozi, he just gave the answer. He told you his wife is Somalian. The reason why he has this affinity to Ethiopia, Somalia, and he always kicked that shit is because his wife is Somalian. I agree. Now, you also look like you might be Somalian or Arab. So I've noticed over 10 years the way you couch other people don't notice it, but I see niggas. I be listening. I have a little more wisdom than niggas. You couch your arguments to people in a way that you make yourself appear like the Egyptians look like me.
No.
This is what you've done for years, Ngozi. So you have a bias towards Ethiopia and Somalia, and that's why you push that narrative all the goddamn time. And I remember when I came on your live stream, and I said this before you even came on here. I said when I came on their live stream, they was like African Americans ain't related to the Egyptians. And you guys throw these pictures up of these Ethio-Somali looking people. You said they're not black, but you didn't say this, but you guys show image where people will get the impression, oh, they're not black, but they look black. This is what you do. No wonder your wife is Somalian. That's the fucking ticket.
No.
That's why you behave and botch up information like that.
Keep extra gaslighting. That shit don't mean nothing. Listen, that don't mean nothing. Listen,
You don't have an affinity towards Somalians?
I love, bro. My favorite ethnicity in Africa are Mandinka people. So that don't have nothing to do with affinity with somebody. Come on, bro. And I'm a Muslim.
We have some exposure here. It goes in. Your wife is Somali, which is no problem. I don't care what. No. I'm not getting. This is very important, Ngozi. Whether you think so or not. I'm trying to tell you. I know psychology. I worked in mental health for
No, you
10
but you
years.
don't, bro. You
I
gotta
know
let me explain
psychology.
myself. You
I
gotta let me explain
knew I
myself.
knew it was a reason you had this affinity for
Bro, you knew
Somalian
what
and
my bro,
Eritreans and them
bro.
kind of people.
T-Bex, you
Because
playing
that's
games.
your wife is
T-Bex,
at. And
T-Bex,
you
T-Bex,
look like that. So
T-Bex.
you have separated yourself because the only people in so-called West Africa that may have a little admixture that you guys always say, oh, the Yoruba people have a little admixture, and you guys say this, oh, and goes and say, oh, my mother's Yoruba.
My
Do
mother's
you?
Fulani.
I'm
Fulani.
sorry. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
Fulani have this little admixture. I said Yoruba. Fulani
Yoruba
have a
do
little.
too. Yoruba do
Okay,
too.
okay, but I'm just saying the
Yeah.
Fulani has a little admixture. That's probably about
Mm-hmm.
the only one in the group right in West. And here you is repping the Fulani because your mama Fulani. Your
But
mama's
but but
Fulani with a little
but,
admixture.
but
Your
my
wife is
but
Somalian.
my
So I understand your mind state now.
T-Bex, T-Bex, you've been knowing this. I told you this before. Why you act like it's new? But let me just say this.
What?
My father's African American. What that mean? So what?
I'm just saying
Oh, bro, you on some
it's
bullshit,
all
man.
coming to fruition now.
So no, but let me just say what I'm trying to say though. And first of all, I want to let the audience know. You and Big Brother Unc beef. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. That's how y'all feel. But let me just say this, X. Just because I don't come on your show don't mean that I don't agree with some things you say.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I don't have an issue with Unc. That's my bro. Like
Okay.
that's not
So
my
so
thing.
okay
You
okay.
hold on, hold
Am
on,
I
hold
your
on.
bro? Am I your bro?
Yeah, yes, you're my bro.
Okay.
But
So
my
why you
thing
don't
is
come on my stream? Why you popped up on our
because
stream?
bro, you know I be busy. Wallahi, you
You
know what be
wasn't
going
busy
on.
when you popped on our stream. I was on the.
Because I wasn't busy at the time, so I
You're
could jump
never
in there.
busy. When Pseudo Killers is live, you'll pop up
T-Bex,
on there in all the
T-Bex,
time.
T-Bex.
But you don't
They
fuck
use
with me like that, so I'm
T-Bex,
figuring you got
T-Bex,
some issue with me.
T-Bex. No, that's your opinion. That's your no. I'm on
It may be.
you
It's
know,
my opinion. It is
right.
my opinion.
But T-Bex, I'm on their show because it's at night. They had usually had this shit at night, and I don't even stay on the show long.
Man,
What are you
listen
talking
here.
about, bro?
I just now body slammed and beat him. What did you mean that he has a point? What point did he have in that debate against me? Why did you flip flop like that?
His point was this: the Bija people are they're just not in the Horn; they're also in Aswan. Some of them live in Upper Egypt, and like I read. Listen, let me just say this: and like I read, Bija people have been lingering around as those pastoralists do for a very long time. The
Let
same
me
thing with the. Let me finish one more thing. The same thing with the Tibu people. Did you know that the Garamantes, who used to exist all through Chad, Libya, and all that, even in morphology, they said they had distinguished morphologies and phenotypes. But they also said that the taboo were used as slaves by the Garamanti people, which
okay.
shows you that they've been there for a very
Let me
long
get
time.
you. Let me get you on record.
Uh-huh.
Yes or no? Are the Beja indigenous North Africans?
Partially they are. Yes. And I'll tell you why. If you
Wait a
let
minute.
me.
But so on record, you're
Yes.
saying that the Beja are indigenous North Africans.
Partially they are. And I can
So
explain why I say that.
partially. So
Yes.
okay. So can
Yes.
a woman be pregnant, half pregnant, or is she pregnant?
A woman is pregnant, but I want to explain what I mean by
But
that.
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you meant by he had a point?
Yeah, the Bijan are indigenous to that portion of Africa. They're North Africans. They are a group of
So
on the
you're
southern
saying
border.
so basically when you came on Sonetter, you
Yes.
came on there like he was equal to me and we was head up and
So
he
that's
did
how
just as well as
that's
me or he didn't.
no.
So no, you have to make it clear.
I agree with both of y'all. That's the thing. You get mad because I did not listen. You got a point. His point. First of all, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm keeping it real. I didn't even listen to the whole debate fully. I got on there and heard his portion when he talked about the Bija and the Taboo. And looking up in history, they are indigenous to those areas.
They're not indigenous to North Africa. Let's stop
Let,
play that
let me
game.
let me let me ask you a
The
question.
taboo is not
Chief Beck,
indigenous to North Africa, and
Chief Beck, let me
you didn't even correct him on that.
Chief Beck, let me ask,
Now, what when Ankh asked you and he said you went over there and beat up on Chief X, why were you silent and didn't correct him and say no, I didn't beat up on Chief X?
bro, that's his opinion. I didn't say nothing. I
Why
didn't
you
say
didn't correct him
nothing.
then?
It wasn't a beat up thing. That was
Okay,
his opinion.
right.
It wasn't a beat up thing.
That's what
What
I'm
are you talking
saying.
about?
So you were biased. You were
I
being
wasn't biased.
biased.
No, that's how
You
you're
were playing a
taking it,
mind.
bro.
You were playing a mind game, or what were you
No one.
doing?
That's how you taking it. That's your opinion. No one's doing
Goddamn,
anything.
I took it just like that,
Well,
and
you're wrong.
and I'm
Well,
taking
you're
it to the
wrong.
grave just like that.
Well, you're wrong.
Now, do you
And
have
I'm
a
gonna tell-
do
and
you
I'm
have
gonna
a
tell you-
do you have a degree in biology?
Yes, I do.
From
And
what college?
what does it matter?
What
Yes,
university you went to?
I'll talk to you later on that. That don't
What?
matter.
No, no. What university you went to?
I'll talk to you later on that.
Why are
That don't
people
matter.
scared to tell people what school they went to?
It
When is
doesn't
this?
matter
When has
because
this shit? When does this happen?
am I,
No,
am
people
I,
who
am I,
lie are
let me
scared to
ask you a
tell what
question.
university they
I'm
went
not
to
lying. See,
because
you're
they're.
being,
Now, are
but
you
see,
in Ngozi or are you a mirror?
if I was emotional, I'd be upset, but I don't
Are you
care if
in
you believe it or
Ngozi or
not.
a mirror? Which one do you go by?
I go by both.
Okay,
What's
now
wrong with that?
that's fine because you have about 20 Facebook pages.
And
You be
that's a beautiful
skipping.
thing.
No, because you be hiding and skipping and doing all this up and down shit and
You
moving
seem kind of,
around and shit. You know what I'm
you
saying?
seem like you
Now,
got a lot of
now,
anxiety,
the
brother.
other day, I hear you're Muslim. Are you Muslim?
Yes, I am Muslim. Yes,
Okay, so you're Muslim.
yes,
Let it be known to let everybody know you're Muslim. Okay,
yes.
so you have certain affinities because of your biasness.
You're wrong.
Okay, but
You're
see,
wrong.
you want to get on all these other North Africans and clown and insult them.
Bro, my sheik is a North African. The Iman of my, what are you talking about? I love
Yeah,
North
I don't know
Africans.
why. I bet you I bet you they would be very disappointed in you.
No,
If
no, they
they
be
heard you
disappointed.
and your
No,
racist rants, they would be
what's
very
the racist?
disappointed in you.
What do I say racist about North
Bro, come
Africa?
on, man. We already know you go. No, you're talking about the people. You
What do
get
I
on
say?
the North Africans who are on our live streams,
What do I?
being
Because they
appropriate
talk
and
shit.
sharing in the
Because they
conversation
talk
about.
shit.
No, they're not. Not
They
about. No, they're
do.
not. No, they're not.
They
They are
talk
not.
shit.
They are not on here talking shit. Half these people on here are North Africans. They
And
are
half
not
of
being
my and half
disrespectful
of
at
my
all.
racists.
They are
They're
not being
racist trolls.
disrespectful.
And
Whether they
all of them
are
ain't
in their
even
own
North
time or
Africans.
not has nothing to do with me. I can give a fuck about that.
All the
I don't
motherfuckers
care
not even
what
North
they do when
Africans.
they not on our
You don't
stream.
know if they North Africans, Chief X. These
Okay,
motherfuckers
that's what I'm saying.
European.
So
We don't know what they are.
you're the one calling out APEP. Why did you go on Onk's page worried about
Because
APEP?
he was talking shit. That's why I did that.
He was talking shit,
Yeah.
representing his shit, and
That
letting
ain't
people
his
know
shit.
your shit ain't my shit.
That ain't
That's
his
what he
shit.
does. That's what he
What are you
does, though.
talking? Let me ask you a
I'll listen to
question.
Ngozi. I've been watching it. I'm telling you, on with God love, ain't nothing racist he's been interacting us with.
Let
Nothing.
me ask you. Let me tell you, Chief X. Let me tell you
You have
something,
a
bro.
beef because they got on your ass one day,
They
and
never,
I remember they
they never
tore
beat
your
me.
ass up.
They can't. No, you're lying. That's why I say you're a liar. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna talk to you probably about the second thing I said. I'm gonna say you're a liar about, because I'm a man of integrity. I don't do that fuck shit. So I'm gonna tell you probably why the other thing why I said you were a liar about. Once this show is over with. But you're a liar. No North African never beat me in shit. No North African. Not even a dyke bitch Phoenician 7 with her Roseanne looking ass. Nobody. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
And my opinion is usually right. So,
Okay.
we right here. Justice Amir
Yes.
refused to tell us what college he went to. He refused
Yes.
to show a degree because he
Yes.
doesn't have one.
That's your opinion.
I will give you 50
You,
bucks
you,
if
you,
you show me. If you show a
I
degree,
don't
I'll
need,
give you
bro. I
50
got a lot
bucks.
of money. I don't need
That's
your
fine.
$50.
That's fine. This
I
is
got a lot
free.
of money.
This is
You
free
give me a
money.
job. You
You
give
don't
me a
want
job.
free money? You don't want free money?
No, I don't want your money. You giving me a job?
I'll give you $100 to show
I
your
don't want
bachelor's degree
$100.
in biology.
I'm not showing you shit. You're
Okay,
not my authority. Who are
yeah,
you?
So you
If
can't
I
tell
don't
us.
got one, I don't
Okay,
got one. That's it.
what junior college did you go to?
It doesn't matter.
You can't even tell us what junior college you went to?
No, it doesn't
Well,
matter.
watch this. Chief X is an open book. I went to LA
That's
Trade Tech.
you. That's you.
I went to LA Trade Tech
You seek
College,
attention
and I went
from the
there for
world.
2 years
I don't.
straight, and I got a 2 year degree. I
That's
was going to
beautiful.
transfer to Cal State LA,
That's
but I
your
got a
opinion.
good job
That's
working with
cool.
youth and kids, so I
So
didn't
what?
transfer. But I went
It
to
doesn't
Cal.
matter.
I went to Los Angeles Trade Tech
But
College.
X,
I have no problems telling
but who's
anybody
seeking
what
attention?
college I fucking went to.
But
You can
but
look me up and see I went there.
Chief X, who's seeking attention? I don't
You.
need attention to these people.
You.
I don't give a fuck.
You.
I come on here to troll. I don't
You,
even get
when
paid
you
off this
tell
shit.
people you have a degree and
I
you
do.
don't have a degree,
That's
you
your
are
opinion.
seeking attention and you
You
are
are
asking people.
seeking
Let me
attention.
say
I
something.
tell people what I
Okay,
want to
fine.
do,
Let me say
though.
good. Let me say something now.
What the fuck you talking about?
Let me say something now. When you
Mhm.
tell people you have a degree and you have a
Yes.
degree in biology to
Yes.
push your DNA science, you are
Yes.
seeking and chasing clout.
No, I
You are
love
at.
you,
Hold
Chief.
on, I'm talking. You are asking people to make them. You're saying, I want you to think more highly of me
No.
than necessary.
I love to
So I
teach.
want to tell you guys I have a degree, and I want to
Hey,
bullshit
Chief
you
X.
guys for fucking 10 years,
Chief
and I
X.
know I don't have no degree.
X.
So your integrity is in question right
Chief
here.
X. I don't
Your
so let me say this.
hold on. I'm gonna let you say
Go
this.
ahead.
But
Go
let
ahead.
me say this.
Get it out,
Your
get it out.
integrity is in question right now.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
Anybody who claims to have a degree
Okay.
and refuse to tell the university they went to and
Okay.
refuse to show their university with me, with
Okay.
God love on my mama, your
Oh, okay.
integrity is in question. I don't give a
So
fuck what you say after that,
that's cool.
what you go up and down about. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck about that. To
Okay.
me, you're lying.
Okay. That's fine. And let me just say what I'm gonna say. You're gaslighting. You can't fuck with me on this subject or nobody, and that's fine. But I'm gonna say this. I don't care what people think. I never got a dime out of the conscious community. I don't beg. I'm not a panhandler. And I like to teach and I do what the fuck I want to do. And I don't even own a YouTube channel. I'm a freestyler. I move in and out of the matrix. So if you feel I don't have a degree and other people don't, I don't give a fuck. But one thing that motherfuckers not gonna do is say I'm wrong about my information. They're not gonna say I'm wrong about the information when it comes to promoting science. So
Well,
I don't give a fuck.
I'll say this.
I
I
don't
haven't.
care.
Oh, well, I'll say this. You have not done a presentation on your own without us, well, anybody on YouTube putting your scientific information up to be challenged by someone.
Bro, I just did a
Well,
whole,
no, hold on. I've
go
never
ahead.
seen you do a presentation. What is your YouTube channel? Let me
I don't
help
have
you.
a YouTube. I don't have a
Okay,
YouTube
so
channel.
Ngozi don't have a YouTube channel. So
No.
hold on. So you float around to other YouTube channels,
Yes.
acting like Big Willie.
And I'm killing everybody, including you.
Okay, so we need to get you fact checked. The next time you up here and here spewing shit, we need to find a geneticist.
What?
Hold
Yo,
on. We
do
need to
that.
find a person who has a degree
Yeah.
in genetics
Yes.
and put them next to you so we can see if you telling the motherfucking truth because we unclear right now.
Oh yeah, and yeah. And
We
when you
don't
get
know.
them, and when you get
You
them,
like
and
a
when you,
Sar Imhotep right
and when,
now.
no,
We
no,
don't know
no.
if his linguistics is right or
I
not
I
because
don't
it's
get
not
paid.
our lane.
I don't get paid, and I don't promote shit. But let me just say this: I don't sell products. Let's get that out the way. But what I want to say is this: Ngozi is a character that everybody loves, and I'm unstoppable. Without my name on your shit, you that's why you use my name. It's for
Possibly.
ratings. That's just
Possibly,
keeping it
I didn't use
real.
it. I know. I
Exactly.
use your name because I
And I,
want. No, hold on. Listen. I
uh-huh.
put your name in the title because I want people to know what the title is about.
But
I don't. Hold on. I don't do clickbait and just make
I
up
got you.
shit so people can click in. So I wanted to put in the
Right.
title what I really meant and what the video is about.
But
Chief X is real, not
but
me.
guess what? Chief
Okay.
X, I still fuck with you, and you got a right to have your opinion. I
Okay.
don't care.
So if you still fuck with me, understand this.
Uh huh.
You have to understand. Put
But
your.
I'm
Hold
still
on.
gonna tell,
Listen.
I'm
Listen.
still gonna tell you what you're a liar about when you
Listen,
get
but
off of them. I'm still gonna tell you that.
boy, hold on. Put your feet in my shoes. If you listen to a nigga say, hey, I heard you over there beating up Chief X, and the nigga, you would think the same thing. You would be a little bit, wait a minute,
Yeah.
is this nigga coming for me? And then you was a little aggressive, talking loud. That's Chief X opinion. Well, goddamn it, you know. And then you come on Sonetta with this flip. I'm getting the impression that you're trying to come for me, or disagree with me, or act like I don't know what I'm
Chief
talking
X,
about.
Chief X, let me explain something to you, bro. I got a little aggressive now. That doesn't mean I hate you.
Are Egyptians black people?
Some Egyptians are black. They could be considered black. Yes, that's a fact.
So some Egyptians, about what percentage? About what percentage?
It's not about percentage
If
of.
you would just throw a guess out there, what would you guess?
I'm not talking about genetics.
No, you're the one who said some Egyptians
Let
are
me
black
let,
people.
let me
So so what you're saying is
Mhm,
some Egyptians look
mhm.
like Ghanaians.
No, no,
Okay, so
no.
see, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. No,
Let me explain what I'm saying. Can I explain what I'm saying?
Hold on,
Can
let
I
me.
explain what I'm saying?
Yes, you can. I'm gonna let you explain it all right now. I'm just gonna ask the question for the audience so they can be clear.
Okay.
This is what I mean by flip flopping and confusing. If
No.
I hold on, listen. I just said are Egyptians black people? Your reply is just so everybody can hear. Everybody can
Mhm.
rewind the tape. Is some of them?
Yes.
Okay, so to Ngozi, some Egyptians are black. Okay, now I asked what percentage for clarity. I'm real and I want clarity, and can't give me a percentage. So I said, okay, since he can't, are you saying that those who are Egyptians who are black, according to you, look like Ghanaian black, look like me black? And you said no. So we're at another point where we're confused now.
Let me
Because
explain.
Ngozi confused us again and gave us the impression the Egyptians was black and now they're not black and now, well, I'm confused.
Let me explain and understand what I mean by that. Black is not just based off from overseas. We're not talking about black in the standards of America when you're clearly Negroid, right? Or
I'm
when you
talking
have
about Negroid.
Okay, so
No, stop, because I have to clear this up too much, and you know what I'm
Chief X,
talking about.
you don't,
Well,
Chief X,
no.
yeah.
Ngozi knows when Chief X says black people that I'm talking about sub-Saharan Africans. That's
Okay,
it.
now let,
You know, I keep saying Negroid,
but
Congoid,
let me,
Africa. I'm
but
talking
let
about
me,
nappy
let
head
me,
black people like me. So
let me,
you're not confused when I say
but
black.
let me explain what I mean and say, right? Chief X, you are genetically highly sub-Saharan Western Central African, right? But your morphology don't look fully Negroid. You don't have protruding mandibular. You don't have a flat nose. You're not Negroid in morphology, but you're classified as black because you are mainly from Western Central Africa genetically. But you also have some admixture from Northwestern Europe. Let's get that out the way. Morphologically, if you look at the side of your face, you're not Negroid, my brother, in morphology. Now, when it comes to them Egyptians, you have some populations to a lesser extent, and I want to explain this. When it comes to Negroid morphology, you have a few Nilotic drifters that live on the border. You're right about that. But when I also talk about black, you have some people in Egypt who are who could be classified by these outdated terms called Caucasoid, who are dark skinned, like some Saudi people, and some Philippine people. They could be dark skinned, and some could be intermediate brown.
But you're clear. I'm not talking about skin, right? I don't talk about skin color because we have Sarah Seti and we have people like Idris Alba, and we vary. Chief X is never talking about skin color.
But looking at Sarah Student Steady or looking at Prince, Prince is not even morphologically Negroid,
That's
but he's
fine.
Black American.
But so, what percentage of Egyptians would you say is black?
In a region, they skin tone range. So the population is dark, that has dark skin, not Negroid morphology, but have dark skin.
Okay,
Is
I'm
that
not talking
clear?
about skin. We know they're all dark skinned.
Uh,
Cambodians have dark skin.
okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
This is all this flip flopping shit you be going
well,
through.
well, well, well. In a sense of Negroid morphology, to a lesser extent, or having mixed limb proportions, it's a small percentage in that percentile. But no one looks Ghanaian. Let's get that out the way. Not even the Nubian Egyptians that live in Aswan. They don't have that look, but
So
they're
they
still
don't. They
classified
don't.
as
So
black.
now you're saying they don't have a sub-Saharan African look.
Nubian Egyptians, even though they have Nilotic strong
No,
sub-Saharan
no, I'm
African,
not Nubian. It's no such. There's not either you're Nubian or you're Egyptian. It's not.
listen,
You're not gonna confuse and
no,
combine and do all
T-Fact,
this whole
T-Fact,
bullshit.
T-Fact,
Either you're a Nubian
T-Fact,
or you're Egyptian.
T-Fact,
Stop. No, 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 no,
T-Fact.
no, no, no. Ngozi, slow down.
Let me explain
Either, no,
something to
no,
you.
no, slow down. Either you're a Nubian or you're Egyptian. We're
Let,
not gonna play the games.
let me explain something to you. I want you to look this up. Or we can get a modern Egyptian on here to look it up. In Aswan, you have Nubians who are Egyptian citizens, and they are called Nubian Egyptians. You have Nubian Egyptians, bro. You
No,
do.
well, I made a video clarifying that, and them people who you claim that saying that you're saying that the Egyptian Syrians, they consider themselves Nubian.
But they are,
Y'all, no, 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 hold on. You black Americans can
bro,
label them what you want to. You niggas is lying.
bro,
They say they are Nubian.
bro.
Okay.
You
Now,
have,
wait, hold on, because we discussed that. We
I'm trying to,
discussed that. I already broke down. I have a full video breaking down,
I'm trying.
and hold on. I'm gonna let you go. I've done the research.
That's cool.
In order to be a Egyptian citizen, your parents have to be Egyptian. That does not happen with the Nubians.
I'm gonna
So
say
that
it
is
again.
not true. That is a
I'm
lie.
gonna say it
You're
again.
lying or
Listen,
you're confused.
listen. I'm going to get my very good friend Tahani, who's a Nubian Egyptian citizen, and she will tell you
So are they
that
dual citizens?
she is a new. Her family has been in Egypt for
Are
over
you
fucking.
saying they're dual
You
citizens?
have Nubians who live in Aswan who are Egyptians, and I wish a real Egyptian could come on here and explain that. I really do.
Are they
I really do.
indigenous? Or are they there because of the flood?
Some of them are partially indigenous, because they have a grandfather
They
who
have
decided.
a thing called the Nubian village. Heard of
They have Nubian village,
right?
yes,
So the Nubian village is there for those people because
but
of the flood,
let me explain something to you.
because they had to migrate and seek refuge
But
because of the
let me
flood
explain.
and the Aswan Dam.
Let me
Okay,
explain. Let
so
me
those Nubians in Aswan are migrants
listen.
or refugees from the
Listen.
flooding of the dam.
Hey,
People
Chief,
aren't being real about that. Now, wait a
Chief,
minute, wait a minute. I'm gonna let you go right now. I'm gonna let you go. But you know, and I know, that nobody in the conscious community brings up the fact that the majority of those people are migrants from the Aswan Dam flooding. Had some of them live in Nubian village. Now you know it's a bunch of migrants from the dam, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Has anybody thrown that factor out there to people when we're having these discussions besides Chief X?
I mean, you put it out there. Yeah, you put
I'm
it
the
out there.
first. You've never heard anyone but me say it,
No,
right?
no,
Okay,
no.
so why haven't other people say this?
I
Because
don't know.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're trying to make them Nubians Egyptians and doing what you're doing right now.
No, no, you won't let me explain. You refuse to let me explain.
Go ahead.
You had Nubians or some Sudanese groups touching those borders at different times in history. Yes, there are Nubians who just got there from the flood, but you also had Nubians at that cuff near Aswan for a long time.
I
And what I'm
agree.
saying is, and what I'm trying to say is that, like my friend Tahani, even though she's a Nubian, she classifies herself as Nubian Egyptian. Two of her grandparents are Sadi. There are different clans of Nubian groups that live in Aswan. Some
Right.
have been there earlier, and some got there recently.
Now,
That's
see
what I'm
what
trying
you,
to
now,
tell you.
now, but see what you just, but see what you're saying now is clear. You're clearly saying they're Nubians. There's certain clans of Nubians who live in Aswan. You're not saying and mixing them as they're Nubian and Egyptian now when you make those
You have,
statements. So,
but,
so, so, no, 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 no. You have to keep that same energy and clarity.
no, no,
You're
no.
Nubian
It's not.
or Egyptian. They're
It's not.
not both.
No, but you have. Listen.
If some, hold on. If someone is claiming to be Nubio Egyptian, that's just a motherfucker who wants to be something that they're not. I
So,
don't care what they're claiming.
so let
That
me
is not.
explain.
That is. It's
So,
no such thing
so
as a
I
Nubian
want.
Egyptian,
But let me just say
unless
this.
somebody just has a Nubian parent
Let,
and they
let
have
me
an Egyptian
let me
parent
let me let
and
me
they're just a mixed baby. Yeah, of
let me
course they can make that
let,
claim.
let me say this. It's just like with African Americans, right? You're West African, mainly, highly descent, but you're American. You're a foundation of this place. Armchair wheelchair bitch and you paralyzed, dude. Get your goofy ass on because you're not gonna get up here and talk. You're a scary bitch, so keep my name out your mouth, you faggot.
Who?
That's for that right racist motherfucker. But I
Who?
wanted to say this: that
Who you talking about?
armchair
You don't know
philosopher.
what that person is.
That's
Why you
fuck him.
insulting
Fuck him
them?
because he talked too much shit. But I want to say what I'm
He's
trying
not
to
talking.
say.
He's right. He's
But
right.
listen.
This is
But
what you're alluding to, though.
no, no, no. You won't let
How,
me
how,
talk.
how do you think
You
he has this?
won't let me
Now let me.
talk.
Now Ngozi, I'm gonna
I
let you
won't get
talk.
angry because if I
I'm,
get angry, it'll make it
no,
look like I
no,
lost. I'm a listen.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk. But let me just clear something up. I know my followers. Armchair philosopher is
It's
probably
a
one of my.
racist.
Hold on. He's probably one of my smartest followers. Hold on. And I've never heard him lie or just make up some shit. When armchair philosophers say some shit, you can bet your bottom dollar on it.
I'm going to say this. That's fine. I don't care about them. I want to stick on the subject.
Okay.
You have Nubian Egyptians who delineate themselves from Nubian Sudanese. So those Nubians who are citizens of Egypt classify themselves as Nubian Egyptian. But they do delineate themselves from other Egyptians who've been there who are indigenous. But we have to understand that you have different layers of Nubian history in that border of Aswan. And I want to also clarify something. Most Northern Sudanese are not morphologically Negroid.
No, I
If we
get
want
that.
to base if we want to base things off that
No, I
taxonomy of
agree. So
morphology.
I don't want to waste time talking
No,
about
no,
that.
no, no.
But I
I
agree.
just want to, and I also want to say this before, and I'm gonna let you do this your
Yeah,
show.
because it's Arabs all up over there, and a
Yeah,
lot of them
but I
Sudanese.
also want to talk.
No,
But I
but
want to
hold
talk.
on. Let me just finish a sentence. A lot of them Sudanese are Arab and Muslim, and they've been fucking with Arabs and Muslims
Right,
for a long time. So yeah, some of them are all mixed up over
right.
there.
So I also want to say this before you go. When it comes to the Somali, when it comes to the Northern Sudanese, and when it comes to the Upper Egyptian and even modern Egyptians, they have a paternal marker that developed in North Africa and dispersed. Those early pastoralists who mixed with those populations in the Horn came from early North Africa. So what I'm trying to say is that they are still they are distinguished groups of populations west and central. So I just want to get that out the way.
Like what somebody said, all of Chief's X's moderators are always right. I made them my
I mean, that's one of
moderators.
your fans.
No, no, no,
They
no,
don't
no,
like
no, no, no,
me.
no, no. Listen. This is Chief X. I don't do that. I don't want nobody co-signing nothing wrong I ever say. I wish and I pray if I say something wrong that someone corrects me and puts me on the right track. I'm here to be corrected. I stand to be corrected. I don't want nobody being biased to me. I don't do that. If somebody says something that's biased, I'll tell them they're wrong. My Facebook friends know they be mad at me for shutting them down about me. You know what I mean? I don't play that shit. So usually, if somebody's on my channel, they telling some raw truth. They're not doing this biased side shit.
Right.
So I'm just
But
saying, Ngozi, I've just got this impression that you was aggressive lately and that you wanted some smoke. I just felt that way. Whether I was wrong or not, I don't know.
listen,
But
bro.
when Unc asked you that you beat me up and shit, and you respond as silent as if you did to give him the impression, yeah, I'm with you,
But
Unc. Yeah, nigga, I'm
but
with you, nigga. We
but
gonna
Chief
get.
Beck,
And then
Chief
you went
Beck,
over there, and then you went over and said, "Hey, Unc, let's teach." And
but
you
Chief
know,
Beck, Chief
and
Beck.
so what do you say to me? My impression is, hey, we trying to get with Unc to fuck with me. I
Chief
mean,
Beck,
this is
Chief
just the impression I get, bro.
Chief Beck, Chief Beck.
And
I'm
wait,
only
did
here.
I call you for the record? I called you. You didn't answer.
That don't just because I don't answer don't mean I was ignoring you.
Okay, but have we had this talk on the phone about North Africans before?
Yes, we talked plenty of times on North
Okay,
Africa.
so just know I've had the phone call first before I
Yeah,
even
yeah,
went live.
but I also told you, like a little brother and a man, I don't agree with you with everything that you say, and that's
Mm,
okay.
that's fine, but I don't know
That's
what you.
okay.
But you never express what you disagree with. So
I
I
do.
mean, like this is what I mean by the flip flopping. I don't know.
Okay, the portion that I disagree with you with is just like you don't have a census on what's North Africa and what's not. To me, because you know that they should go up and down when it comes to northern Sudan and the southern portions of Libya. It can say sub-Saharan and sometimes it say North Africa. I don't agree when you say that that border is not North Africa. It is, but you got a right to say what you say, and I got a right to say what I say. I also don't agree that there was not a population of people that leaked from the south and drifted north, even if they were a minority. But you said that, that's fine. But a few of them did leak there. The genetic signatures is there. That's all I wanted to say. Even
Right.
if it's a small
So
percentage.
so 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 I just want to be clear. So we've had these phone conversations. We've spoken on the phone at least 15 times over the 10 years. Okay.
Correct.
So we've had these conversations of um, how can I couch this? Um,
Hey, your fans is amazing. I wonder what they said about Ngozi. 'Cause a lot of them motherfuckers hate me.
no, I mean, no. My people like you.
Oh, okay, okay,
I
okay.
mean, I don't dislike you.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about them.
But just for clear, so people listening, I don't dislike Ngozi. I don't have no beef with Ngozi, really. You know what I mean? I just had to get some clarification tonight. You know what I mean? And with some still, I still feel he flip flops a little bit. That's just
That's
how
your
I feel.
that's your
You know what I
opinion.
mean? A lot of other people feel like that, but you have to make it clear. Ngozi, you know that
Mhm.
you should say North Africa, not just Africa. You know this. Come on.
Well, this is my thing. I'm not. I want the world to know this. Ngozi is not a racist. I'm not. I could be a bigot. I can say things, but I love humanity. And to me, all human beings is an African species, regardless of what people think. So yes, I could delineate sub-Saharan or south of the Sahara or north, but I look at an African as an African. A light-skinned Berber with blue eyes is just as African as a man south in the Congo. They're African. But yes, there is a distinction between those two. But an African is an African. It ain't no
No,
color
no,
thing.
that's not true though, Ngozi.
It
That's just
is.
like, okay. So if an African is an African, then that
Mhm.
also means a West Asian's an African.
No. And a human, no. And
So
a
so
human,
what?
no.
So
Hold on.
this
And
is what we do.
let
We
me
do.
explain. Let me
We get
explain.
on. But let me explain what I mean. Let me explain what I mean. See,
Go
we
ahead.
get caught up on we bias because of this geography
Let,
that's within this continent of Africa. If it's a geography that's 100 miles outside of the
Mhm.
geography of Africa, fuck that geography. This is better geography. And this, but all in all, I'm sitting here listening and doing a research on geography of different
let
continents.
me. Can I
And
explain?
the worst geography that has the worst soil was Africa.
Can I
I
explain
said I
something?
didn't even realize that because wherever the lack of rain is,
Mhm.
that soil's gonna be worse.
But now,
And I didn't even realize that. So
now,
I don't know why people are so hooked on this part of geography. Like right
hey,
outside of it is something wrong, or you know what I
hey,
mean? Or you can't embrace these people because they live outside of
no,
this
no, no.
geography. This is a continent.
Let me explain something. Let me explain what I mean by this. Based off geography and plate tectonics, Southwest Asia is Southwest Asia. Africa is Africa. Now, here's the thing: as a species, yes, the West Asian is an African because he's Homo sapiens sapien. We are all Africans as a species.
Okay.
But I'm talking about, when I'm talking about a shared continent, we share that continent with people in North Africa, and they are Africans. I'm speaking as in a geographical, because regardless of people back migrating, the civilization that we know as Egypt, even if people did back migrate, it happened right there in Northeast Africa. So they are Africans, light skinned Egyptians,
They're
dark
North.
skinned
They're
Egyptians.
North
They're
Africans.
North Africans, and we
Okay.
share a continent with those people.
Can you for me? Can you start saying North Africans when you're talking about North Africa?
Yeah, no, I mean, I could do it. Matter of fact, Shamaka Kenta do it all the time. It's no problem. A North
Okay.
African is a North African, but I'm just saying a North African is still an African, regardless. To be
That's
honest
fine.
with you, the first people to be called Africans were Berbers and
I agree.
Tunisians
I agree.
before the whole continent was called Africa.
They was called Africans before sub-Saharans were called Africans.
Exactly. And guess what those people look like? They look like French Montana. They look like Rick Fox.
Right.
That's what they
But
look like.
a minute ago you were saying that they look black. French
Some of them,
Montana don't look black.
no, I said
That's what
some
I'm
of them
just.
do.
You just have to be
But some,
clear with people.
but some do look.
None of them do.
Bro, listen. If you go to, I want you to go to Wiki right now, if you get a chance, and type up the Garamanti, and it talks about the morphology of some of the population that were there. If you go
Okay.
to, if you,
Hold on, but hold on a second. I don't want to get into all the DNA, but we got some
I
people on
want
the
to speak
panel.
on
Maybe
the
that,
soul.
maybe they got a question for you.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead,
What's
brother.
up, Magic Mike? Let me just speak to Magic Mike, my OG, Magic Mike. But we got this brother named Luxa on here who I've never heard of, and he looks like a French Montana. And Luxa, what's happening? You got something to add, or you got a question?
Is he Egyptian or Latino?
I don't know. He
Oh,
gonna
that's a
tell
brother.
us.
That's my Hispanic. I think that's a Hispanic brother. Wasn't you on Sinetta just a few minutes ago?
Yeah, I was just on Sinetta. I was
Okay.
on there with Ngozi.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Can y'all? I'm outside. Is there like too much like background noise for y'all?
You
No, we
good,
good.
brother? You good? You good?
I'm not gonna be long. I was just listening to y'all, whatever. I just wanted to say, look, I got respect for both of y'all. I rock with Chief X. I'll be watching his videos. When I get on Sinetta, the few times I got on live, I'll be rapping them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he be making some arguments, though. You know what I'm saying? But Ngozi, the few times I seen you get on, and you was on there, I'm just letting you know, bro. Look, I don't agree with everything you say, but I respect you, bro. I'm just letting you know, and I fuck with you, bro. So don't say nobody don't fuck with you. I fuck with you, bro.
I appreciate you, King. That's much love, my bro. I mean, I know some people don't, some people do, but that's fine, my brother. That's fine. And you were right about what you said earlier. I like that. I agree with you. That's a fact.
What about Africans enslaving other Africans?
That's a fact. Absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah, I changed the
and
energy, right? I
Lexa,
changed the energy on the panel and I brought that shit up.
did you see
Yes.
my presentations on that subject?
That's why I brought it
The
up, and I
one on
brought you
Ghana.
up, see?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. You brought me up today.
Yeah, I brought you up. I was on a panel with them about a few hours ago, and Ngozi was on there. Ankh was on there. I brought you up, and Ankh was acting like you wasn't even on. I was like, did you know Chief X was having a debate a few days ago? And he was like, nah, I know. So he was acting like you wasn't even on there, bro. I was just
So
on there with him.
so Ankh was on there fronting, huh?
Yeah, he was on there. He wasn't as bad as last time. Last time he was giving me some shit, but
So did you bring me up about the slavery presentation?
not so much as slavery. I brought that up. I brought you up when they were trying to like. I was just getting on there like they were talking about the word nigger, and they had this wild ass white dude using the N word. You know what I'm saying? So I was just getting on there debating the fact that certain blacks are very selective with their information and some of their arguments. So I brought up, how there's all this conflict about Europeans and the pain and the trauma behind the word. My whole thing is like, well, how the Europeans even get you anyways in slavery? And the one boy responded, and I said, well, who sold them over to the whatever Hispanic nations he brought up? And it was West Africans, and I was trying to show them the West Africans, or tell them, not show them, the West Africans were complicit in the slavery. And, we just started getting a debate about that, but then they started talking about black, and basically what y'all talking about. Like, I understand the same thing. There's a difference between Negroids and Caucasoids, and that's when I brought up. I said, Chief X was just on here trying to tell y'all about that. But y'all want to be selective. Sometimes you want to use the word Negroid, and then sometimes you want to use the word black, because when you use the word black, you can start incorporating a whole bunch of people that are melanated, but they don't look nothing like you.
Say that again, Luxa. That was a bomb. That's exactly what they be doing. Say that again.
They're selective when they use black or Negroid or even Congoid. they only want to use it when it helps their arguments. But when they use the term black, like they don't always like the term Negroid, because when you use Negroid, some of them, not gonna say most of them, they understand there's morphology. But when you bring that up and they know that, they don't want to use that. When they start using black, it's to incorporate everyone that's melanated when they damn well know they don't look like them when it comes to skull morphology.
Right. So when you use black, people like to muddy the waters, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, because you got a whole bunch of people over here in Philly. Like there's Indians and Arabs that own like 7-Elevens and little corner poppy stores and shit like that. They're dark as shit. But you don't see blacks like saying that's our people. But they're dark. They're dark as you, or even darker, because you know physically, besides the skin tone and maybe the coily hair, they don't look like you. That's it. That's just, and y'all were just talking about it earlier, and y'all pretty much came to an agreement that all of Africa is not Negroid Africa. Everybody there are African, but
Right.
it's not
Correct.
Negroid Africa.
Right.
So yeah,
I was the first that had to say that. I had to tell people North Africa is not Black Africa. Nobody really acts like they never knew that. Where are you from, Luxa?
I'm from Philly.
Oh, you
Now
feel it. What's your ethnicity? What's it like? Your
I'm Hispanic,
okay,
um,
cool,
Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Haitian. Um,
cool.
so yeah, I'm not. Look, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, because I have a different view. Like for instance, I don't believe in the out of Africa theory. I'm not here to debate that, but there used to be out of Asia theory. I believe more of a multi-regional theory. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to believe that there are Negroids native or indigenous to other parts of the world. I'm not going to make the argument in North Africa, stuff like that. But just like Sunderland and places like that, you see people that look like sub-Saharan Africans, but they have no genetic relations to them.
I,
They're
pre-
related
I
to the people there.
I appreciate you expressing your belief in what you feel, but stay tuned because maybe this weekend I was going to do a debate. It's strange you brought that up. I was going to do a debate and show that sub-Saharan Africans never left out of Africa, and I'm gonna do a presentation. So stay tuned. But what's up, Magic Mike?
What's going on, fellas?
How's it
Chief,
going?
Peace to Ngozi
peace, peace,
and
peace.
peace to Chief. Man, Ngozi, we've talked a couple times before on panels. I have huge respect for you and Chief. Chief have a great ability to keep things plain and simple, and I like your ability to explain things kind of at a higher complex level. Not that Chief can't; it's just he. It seems like he's more keep it plain and keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm a
Uh,
generalist.
yeah. So this is the first time in Goldie that I've ever kind of noticed you what Chief is describing, kind of straddling the fence. And maybe I'm not necessarily saying you're doing that, but I was a little confused when I listened to your recap of the debate. So I'm just going to say this, and Chief, let me know if I'm muddying the water here, because I'm a keep it simple type of guy too. So if I asked you, Ngozi, who are some of your favorite Black African American female R&B artists? If I said
Mhm.
who are some of your most favorite or some of the best African American female R&B artists? Give me a couple.
India Arie, Janet Jackson,
Indiana, Janet
Aaliyah,
Jackson, okay. Aaliyah,
Aaliyah. Yeah,
okay. Maybe you may say Aretha Franklin. You may say Whitney Houston, right?
that's a little bit before my time, but yeah,
Okay,
it's
all
old.
right,
Yeah.
right. But guess what? That's
Hmm.
fine because those are definitively they fit what I asked for,
Hmm.
right? Black African American female R&B artists.
Hmm.
But what Brother Sekou did, and it's kind of what you're supporting, he started talking about Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys, because we're not quite sure if they're black. They're kind of mixed, right? Maybe they have a black mother, black and a white father, or something else. But he
Hmm.
even went further. He started talking about J Lo and Selena. See, his examples fit in J Lo, Selena, or Alicia Keys, or Mariah Carey, but not Whitney, and India Ari, definitively black female or African American R&B artists. So I think Chief won the debate, and I think that if Sekou wanted to win, he would have named tribes that were more definitive, like in my argument or my description for Aretha or Whitney or Janet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
I agree with you. Is Aaliyah
Oh,
classified? Is Aaliyah classified as Negroid, even though she's black?
I didn't stop you on Aaliyah. Yeah, but I would not have mentioned Aaliyah too. I just let you roll with it. I wouldn't have mentioned Aaliyah. Okay, but my
Okay.
daughter, hey, my daughter loves Aaliyah, man. She's walking around with these
It,
Aaliyah shirts.
to me, Aaliyah is not black.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mentioned Aaliyah. Let's take Aaliyah
Aaliyah is
out.
biracial to me.
Yeah, I was waiting on you to say Whitney and Aretha and you know, what's my other one that kind of that smooth. I apologize because I knew I was wrong. Who was that?
Yeah.
Uh, Anita Baker. You know, I
Okay.
wanted you to go down that road.
I mean, let
Okay.
me ask y'all a question.
Magic
Morphologically,
Mike, man, what a Magic Mike got a nice voice, like could be a radio man, but he can't sing. You hear him?
hey Chief X, let me ask y'all a question. Now, Chief X, I know my brother Chief X, he plays Anita Baker a lot. In morphology, is Anita Baker Negroid? Look at her face.
She looks like my
Oh,
mama and auntie. She look
before
like
you
my
answer that,
mama and
Chief,
aunties and all that type of shit. She look like a black woman
But is she
before you
Negroid?
answer that,
to me. Yeah.
Okay.
but you understand my point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ngozi. Sekou did not give clear examples that fit the question that Chief X was asking. So at best, what he named were highly contestable. So when you kind of came on and almost seemed like you were supporting that, I was a little confused. But again, I have high respect for both of you guys, and I'm
So
glad that.
I wanted to say this, bro.
Mhm.
My point is this, and I want Chief X and the audience to hear this. Even Chief X agrees that there were a few Nilotic people in morphology that drifted north a long time ago in different phases. If you look up the Garamonte article on Wiki, it talks about the groups in morphology, right? If a person lived somewhere for 1,000 years, 2,000 years, or some layers earlier, how could they not be a citizen? You've been in America for 400 years. Is you gonna let somebody tell you that you're not American? And it's only been 400 years for us. You gonna let somebody tell you you're not American?
Yeah, but I don't think whether that's not the question. I'm not indigenous to America,
But
but
you
I
are
don't want to
but
jump
hold
into
on,
the
hold on, hold
debate.
on, King, hold on, King, hold on, King. You are indigenous to America that was established after 1776. You was the foundation of this shit.
But that's a
You
word
helped
game.
build it.
That's word
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
We're no. I would say we are native to
yeah.
America. We're not indigenous to America.
But the America that was established after 1776 was formed by who? I'm not talking about ancient America. I'm talking about after 1776 was formed by who?
But it doesn't stop the point that where we came from here.
So,
We're still native, meaning we were born here. That means I'm a native
so
California.
okay, let's talk about Egypt.
Let me get
Go
what
ahead,
he
go
got
ahead,
to
go
say real quick. What's happening with you, Quasi?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just want to say, dang, when he late, brother, the brother left.
Nah,
No,
they
no, no.
there.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm about to start my talk. Go ahead.
Nah, what I want to say is, man, to Ngozi, I got love for you, brother. I don't dislike you. You know what I'm saying? I know you said the chat don't like you, but I don't dislike you. I actually think you're an intelligent brother. I watched you on the House of Consciousness long ago, explaining the evolution to Cyrus Suit Seti and all them, and what's the other character, Young Pharaoh or something like that. So I value your intellect. The issue I have with you, man, is this: when I watch you on some lives with Chief, you will support him on saying that the Egyptians was not black, and then I'll watch you later on whether it's pseudo killers or on Signator TV, like you ride the fence for those that's trying to prove the Chief X that they was black. And like Nepal, right? You have explained to Nepal about the archaic humans that were there first that was not either white or black, right? And she jumped the fence and was talking about, see, he even showed that They were us then, and blah 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 blah. These are our people, and you didn't even correct her. You let her ride with it.
Okay, can I explain myself, bro?
I'm almost finished. I'm just
Go
saying
ahead,
that
sir.
it just seems like, brother, that when you on one platform, it's like you ride the fence and you don't correct them. You don't be exact. You don't come out plain. You know what I'm saying? And tell them, nah, they was not black. You know what I'm saying? You don't correct them. You let them ride with it, bro. And they will leverage what you say and use it for their agenda.
So,
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
so my argument about black is not based off. First of all, a lot of my argument is based off skin, not black in the sense of Congoid. Chief X argument is Congoid morphology. Let's get that straight.
But that's
Well, the
their
ancient
argument
Egyptians.
too. That's their argument too. They want to prove that they're like us, Negroid.
No,
They
right,
want to
right, right,
prove that they're
right,
black
right.
like
But no,
us.
so my argument is not based off Congoid morphology. My argument is there are Egyptians who range in skin tone, whether they're Caucasoid or not. And I keep saying it in morphology because a lot of those terms are outdated. But I just want to say obvious morphology, who in the new world will be classified as because to a white person, if he see people like the guy I keep bringing up, Muhammad Ramadan. Look at Muhammad Ramadan. He's an actor in Egypt. He's a rapper. His father is a Sabi Egyptian. His mother's a light-skinned Egyptian. In morphology, I didn't say he looked like us, but he damn sure don't look like the average Caucasoid population that lives in Egypt. So what I mean by that is, bro, are the Egyptians Congoid? No, they're not. Were they Congoid? No, they're not. In morphology, they have always been in morphology Caucasoid, but their skin tone range. But in some regions, they do have mixed limb proportions. People can't get past that. It's
But
been
you need
found.
to say that direct. When you say that, you need to tell them, nah, they were not black like us. Like plain, bro.
Well,
That
well,
makes
well,
it,
well,
Because
well,
they,
so
well,
because
so
they,
well,
let,
well,
let
well,
me let
well,
me let me
because
just
they
let me
hold
just
on,
let
but
me
let me
let
just
me
say
technically
this.
run with
Let
it.
me just
They
let me
technically
just say
saying
this.
they run with it because you're not clear.
But no, but here's the thing. I'm being clear now. Even if I'm saying they wasn't black like us, one thing that they are is African, and I'm not letting even a light skinned Berber get off on not being African.
But you know
Because
when
the
people
thing
say
is,
African, you know how we think as Black Americans. When we hear African, we
but yeah, but bro,
like
that's
we
why.
think of West African in our
But that,
phenotype.
but
You know?
let me ask you a question.
hold on, and Ngozi, let me just say this real quick. I think you explained. He gets, but I'm just saying, Ngozi, people just get this impression. There's I don't think there's any way you can talk it away. I think you should just say, you know what, I'll be a little more clear from now on. Then we can understand. But people think you kind of flip flop. This is just the impression people get. And you know you should but see, black conscious community, let me just tell you what all they care about. All they care about is who built them pyramids and all
Facts.
that artwork and them statues and created that beautiful civilization. That's all these black Americans give a shit about. They don't care about what was happening 23 years ago, what kind of components somebody has in them. They want to know who created the dynasties, not even prehistory. Who created this dynasty called ancient Egypt with all of its world wonders? That's all black Americans give a shit about. And you got to let them know North Africans, not us, not black people. Now, you can add on, hey, they may have had some admixture maybe 10, 20,000 years ago. But when we talking about Egypt, that's all these niggas care about. And Brendan, let me say something. You're here being biased. I've seen a couple of your comments. You're biased because you like Ngozi. And no problem liking Ngozi. Ngozi's a cool cat. Sometimes he get on my nerves, but most of the time he's okay. You know what I'm saying? But you don't do this when Ankh don't let nobody talk. He is the worst one, and I've let Ngozi talk. Ankh is the worst in the entire conscious community of not letting people talk, and you've never said this to him. You guys have to stop with this bias shit. You guys have to stop with this go along, get along bullshit and be honest people and real. Don't take sides. The only thing you supposed to side with is truth. Period. Fuck the personalities. Fuck me. Fucking Ngozi. Fuck Ankh. Fuck Quasi. Fuck us all. Side with the truth and the information.
I just wanted to say this one more thing. Chief X, you took a DNA test, and I don't know if my other brother in here took a DNA test that was just speaking. all this stuff matches and adds up. If I was to tell you that sub-Saharan West Africans that we descend from had a Paleo North African paternal lineage, what would you feel about that?
Say it again. I missed it. I didn't hear it.
I said if Chief X took a DNA test, I don't know if my brother that was just speaking took a DNA test, but if I was to say that sub-Saharan West Africans have a paternal lineage that's shared with a lot of Egyptians, not saying that we're them, they came from Paleo North Africans, what would y'all feel about that?
I
Because we
would feel.
can't denounce any
I would feel that is an attempt to confuse the people,
Mhm.
and it just keeps them confused because they're not on that kind of level. I think you should make it more basic for just the conscious community. That will totally confuse them and make them think that you're saying the Egyptians is part black.
But let me. What I'm saying is that it's not black in the sense again in the Congoid sense. But this is another story because I tried to explain to Brendan. African Americans or West Africans who are highly fraternally haplogroup that shit don't come from sub-Saharan Africa. It don't. And those men that developed that came from Keithians who were related to Ibero-Maurutians.
Right, but but I Ibero Marusian thing is 23,000 years ago.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. So when we go this, like people think, like sometimes I'll say, pre-dynastic Egypt civilization began 3100 BC.
Correct.
That's when the dynasties began, around 3100 BC. But
Correct.
people feel if you say something that's 5,000 years ago, that's relative. That's a 2,000 year difference.
So
2,000 years is a long, long, long time.
it's, it's,
But people
it's
kind
a
of
very
forget
long
that when you're
time.
talking
But
about.
here's the thing. It's a very long time, but what I'm trying to explain is we cannot denounce any phase of science if we all deal with science, because all of us are scientifically literate. And the thing is that there are layers that exist even the most lightest Egyptian that shares components, which means a piece of DNA that share with populations south of the Sahara, but we're not the same. So having shared affinity or certain components don't make us the same. It's like my brother here who's Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Haitian. Morphologically speaking, the brother he's highly Mediterranean, but he also have a lot of West African. He's triracial, but he still shares affinity that's shared with West Africans, even though it's to a smaller extent than you and me. So that's all. I'm just trying to explain. Like the reason why things come
Yeah.
up so complex with me because the answer isn't simple. See, Chief X is simple when he answers the question. So are you asking me straight to the point where Egyptians, Negroids, and morphology like Western Central Africans? No, they were not. But were they Africans in their
Okay.
skin tone range or in the dynastic phase? When they formed that dynasty, they still had diverse skin tone at that time.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
That's
So,
all I'm saying.
right. I get you. So we know all people have diverse skin tones. You know what I mean? Even
So we ain't all
Samoans,
about skin tone.
Tongans, Filipinos, Vietnamese. Everybody varies in skin tones. Arabs. Everybody varies in skin tones. So, so we have another person, Omar Torah, who I don't know, and he's a surprise. Can you hear us, Omar? Unmute
Can you hear
yourself.
me, Chief? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Egyptian. I live in UK right now.
Hey.
I just wanna tell Ngozo something just for a minute. Uh, we don't hate black people. We don't hate African Americans. We don't hate no one. The problem is with some people, like African, most of them, the African Americans, unfortunately, on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, you see any mommy that we found it, you just check the comments. All of it is like invaders, fake Africans. Why these people do that to our ancestors? Why they disrespecting our people like that? Even though, like, I will give you example as I'm Egyptian. My dad from Upper Egypt, like Luxor. My mom from Alexandria. 23andMe told me that I'm 98% Egyptian. I have haplogroup V12. It's native
Oh
Egyptian.
man, that's a melodic Y chromosome. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's you know Nguzo, it's M78. It's
Yeah.
almost in Upper Egypt, as most of people think it's between Upper Egypt and North Sudan. and
Yeah,
I'm kind of happy about it. But in the same time, I feel sad when I see these comments as people claiming me as Arab invader. I don't want to say the other thing, but it's really bad. You know what I mean? In on the other side, you see some Egyptians see this hate and they just reverse it. I don't agree with it. Call some other people any other racist word. I don't definitely don't agree with it. But you can see, you have to see the story from whole point. You got me. Like you have to see it from how it started. It started from people celebrating the founding mummies, people celebrating the we found a new tomb, we found a new like it's a new evidence. You know what I mean? Like we love our culture, man. People think the Egyptian don't love their culture. We love our culture. We celebrate it every year. We have a lot of things that we still do it since ancient Egypt. If you know Upper Egyptian, we have done only people in the earth. They do something called tahtib. It's like fighting with the stick. Since ancient
yes,
Egyptian, they do this sport, and we
like a
still doing it
martial
in
art.
Upper Egypt. Yeah, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a martial art. Yeah, in weddings, I remember my granddad used to do it. It's I mean, like, it's funny when I see people say like, "Oh, modern Egyptian have nothing to do with ancient Egypt." I see a lot of stuff. Even modern Arabic Egyptian, we use more than 600 to 900 word that are related to Domitic, like Kemetic word. It's related to the dialect that's spoken in Ptolemy. You know what I mean? You know, there is many language. I don't want to go in linguistic, but I mean the language that the people speak it in the end of the New Kingdom to the Ptolemaic Kingdom. There's many words that people speak use it in that time. We still use it in modern Egypt.
Hey, Omar, hey, Chief
Cool.
Bass, Chief Bass, can I ask Omar a question right quick before, because I'm gonna leave. I just want to ask the brother one question.
Sure.
Brother Omar,
Yeah, boss.
the Nubian Egyptian citizens,
Yeah.
aren't those Nubian Egyptians classified as Egyptians that live in
No,
Aswan?
they look. What I know with my friends, it's quite
Mm-hmm.
funny. Yeah. So all of them, like you can say 80, 80, 90% who live in Aswan or Cairo or Alexandria, most of them,
Mm-hmm.
they live like all over Egypt. They're really proud of being Nubian. They might take it as a assault when you call them, oh, you're Masri, like you Egyptian. No, I'm Nubian. You know what I mean? It's
So
same for
he said
Egyptian.
he
When you
said
call
so
him a
he
Nubian,
No,
so
what I'm
y-
asking you,
hold on, hold on,
look, look,
hold
look,
on,
look,
hold on,
look,
hold
look,
on, hold
look.
on, hold on, pause, 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 y'all. Let's just be clear what he said because he has a deep accent. He said about 90% of them are proud Nubians. Did you not? You said that correct?
Yes, yes, yes. And they
Okay.
correct.
proud for being
Thank
Nubian.
you.
They proud
I wanna, but
their race.
I wanna finish my question. I just wanna ask him this: the Nubian Egyptian citizens,
Yeah, the
isn't it
Egyptian
true?
citizen with papers.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
with
right, right, right.
papers.
Let me finish. Let me just ask you this: when I have a friend, she's a Nubian Egyptian. She calls herself that.
Yeah,
She
yeah, they
delineates
are Nubian
herself.
Egyptian.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say. That's it. Now, I'm not saying that they are you or the Sadi or the Falahin or the different groups there. I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
saying
yeah.
that.
We know that. We know that. We know that. But
Okay.
Ngozi, you have to know. You have to know when we're talking about this. The main question in the background, in the ground, is ancient Egypt, right? So you have to tell people that these Egyptians are not mixed. These people, most if you go to Reddit, if you go to YouTube, you Google people do 23andMe. Most of Egyptian,
Right.
they really have the lowest amount of mix in the Middle East. They literally
So,
not that mix, bro. Like we don't have that much.
so,
You
so,
have
so with
some
your,
people can reach
Omar,
hundred
with
percent.
your, Omar, with your DNA test, 15% of the Coptics is Y chromosome B, and you're Y chromosome B. Haplogroup B is highly found in Nilosic people, Nilosic speaking people.
I'm
That's
not
all I
B,
wanted to
bro.
say.
I'm E.
Oh, you're EM78. Okay. Well, 15% of the Coptics,
I'm E M78
EM78. Okay,
V12.
that's common. So here's the thing: EB12,
Yeah, yeah.
which is
It's
indigenous to
common Upper Egypt. Yeah.
right, right, right. So EB12, which is common in Egypt, which is indigenous to Egypt, his brother is
Yes, I know.
EB32. That's in the Horn of
Yes.
Africa. They
Yeah,
all
it's
split from
migration
EM78.
from 23. I know, no, no. It's
Exactly.
migration from
So
23
my thing
23.
is, if if you take your raw data and put it in a JED match, it talks about the layers of makeup, what makes up the Egyptian.
I
See,
did
even
it
though
and I
you're
already
90,
matched with the mummies. I matched with Abu Sir
and
mummies.
you also match with those Anatolian
Autosomally,
farmers,
autosomally.
Okay.
that back migrated 7,000 years ago,
But
and
hold on.
Ibero Maroons and other groups.
But hold on, Ingles. I don't want to get to no DNA conversation and bore the people too much. But
Okay.
I do want to say that Omar, is he still here? Where is he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, okay. I do agree because for years, and I possibly might have been one of them if it was 6 years ago or more. I do 100% agree. Most black Americans in this, what we call conscious community, they do and they have been insulting Egyptians, telling them they're fake and all kind of other things. So I would, if I'm being honest, I would say, I understand how Egyptians feel. It's just been too many insults and disrespect coming from our side first. Cause we went fucking with y'all. Y'all didn't come over here fucking with us.
Facts.
But Chief X,
You know,
we was taught that by pseudo scholars.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm trying to what I see in the conscious community. That's all I'm saying. And the
Yeah,
Egyptians feel it. They all feel it. We can't.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah,
We got. We just got to admit that.
But
yeah.
Ngozi, you don't help it. You don't help it riding the fence though, Ngozi.
No, I don't ride the fence. You just take it off that way. I don't. That's your opinion. And I'm gonna keep teaching the way I teach. That's how you take it.
Hey,
That ain't what I do.
when
I
you
tell the
go
truth.
and say,
I base
are they
things off
citizens?
genetics.
You know, chief argument is about who set up culture shop there first.
And the
Who was
Egypt,
those people?
if you follow the genetics, I'm gonna keep telling you the same thing over and over again. E1B came from one place before splitting and mutating. Their mitochondrial DNA came from one place. For me to say it wasn't a black group there, that's insane. That's insane.
But you
And
have
then
to
for me
give
to
the
say it
time, the
wasn't
chronology, the chronology.
so the timeline E1B1B splits off at what
But
42,000
it
years from
goes
the
it
horn
and
of
goes
Africa.
it. I don't even
Uh-huh.
want to go into all the DNA too much right now.
But
I
we
want to
gotta
kind
tell
of.
the whole story though.
No, they
So
know
okay,
this whole
okay,
story.
okay,
We're not
okay.
here
I'll
for
talk
a
about the
DNA.
okay. Okay, we'll talk about the
Let's
dynasty.
just no, no. Let's
So
slow down. Let slow down. Let me do this. Okay.
can I
This
say
is
okay.
this is
something,
my
please?
stream, and I got some points I'm trying to make.
Can I
And
say
some.
something, Chief X?
Yes, yes, yes. Who's speaking?
I'm Omar. I'm Omar.
Okay, go ahead, Omar.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm under M78 V12. Like it's I'm not on B. I'm literally, that's what I mean. I'm the G25, and I found matching really high. It can match to 90% autosomally
Yes.
with the Abusir studies, mommy. If you know, I definitely know about Abusir. I'm talking about autosomally, not just haplogroup. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's it.
Okay. Chef Ron, you want to add something? What's happening, OG Chef from the Pseudo Killers?
What's the deal? What's going on, everybody? What's up, Chief
We
and
finally got some
Goldie?
North Africans on here,
What
some
up? What up?
Egyptians on here, and having a conversation with us. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
that
Chef.
that that that's definitely good because they definitely need to be in the Egyptian conversation. That be my whole point on the pseudo killers. When they come on, they get cussed out. Like that don't even make sense. How we gonna talk about Egypt and when or North Africa or Africa, and when the Africans come on, we go crazy that they don't agree with us. Like, but anyways, that's like us getting on a panel where we're Africans and they're talking about Americans, and then they get mad when we give our perspective that's a real live perspective of what goes on the ground. But about the Nubians, he said that the Nubians, um, so I think Ngozi is saying that the Nubians have Egyptian citizenship. So it will be the same as people that we call Mexicans that live here, right? We just because they have American citizenships and that makes them Americans, right? By citizenship. But culturally and everything, don't nobody never not mention that they're not Mexican, right? And we know that that's culturally and nationalistic. That's their place of origin. So they have a distinction from other Americans, right? So I think that's the whole point. I think they both right, but I think I think Ngozi was trying to get to that point.
Yes, my point was my Nubian Egyptian friend who's a citizen of Egypt, they delineate themselves from Nubian Sudanese. Yes, they're both Nubian, but she say I'm Nubian Egyptian, and she make fun or sometimes joke about the Nubian Sudanese because they're different clans. Even though the Nubian Egyptians do identify as Nubian, 100% they do. But them niggas, and I'm speaking from a hood perspective, they say, "Oh, I'm Nubian Egyptian." That's what they say. I'm Nubian Egyptian because they've been in Egypt.
But
That's
what's
just
the
what it
Yeah,
point of
is.
that argument?
it's just like the Mexicans do, though, right? The
Exactly.
Mexicans
So
were the
just so
ones,
so so,
the
so but
ones that was
I want to
born
make
here.
something of this guy right here. This guy, that's right, Shepton. I want to make something of this guy. The point is what my point was and what I was saying. The Nubian Egyptians call themselves Egyptians, and I want to say something to you because I see your energy. I kind of get it. You don't have to agree with me at all. Egyptians are Egyptians and they're Africans. They don't have to be classified as Congoid. Give it. They don't have to be that. They're African. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't have to delineate North Africa from South Africa. Them niggas Africans. Omar is an African. It don't matter.
Yeah, we
And goes and
African,
goes
but
and
China
goes.
is
You don't
hey,
have
He's
to.
an
You don't have.
African.
You don't have to
China
prove
is
that to them.
Asian.
Let them tell you what they are. Let them
Chief
tell you what
China's
they are.
we
Asian.
are
They get it.
Asian
Omar,
people, they
And
Omar,
speak
are you African?
everyone agrees that they're African, Ngozi. No one disagrees that it's not Africa.
we are
Nobody.
African.
So I don't know why
But
this keep.
Okay.
Yes,
the point
they're
is,
So
African.
let me ask you a
Everybody knows
question.
it. Hold on, hold
Let
on,
me ask,
hold
let me
on,
ask
hold
Omar
on,
one question.
Amir. Hold on. Slow down, slow down.
Go ahead.
Eric Bond, do you got something to add?
Yeah, salute to everybody. Salute, salute, Chief. Salute, Saffron, and everybody else on the panel, and Gozi. I'm
Peace,
glad you
King.
cleared it up with the information because I think a lot of brothers they do uh, run with what you say. You know, you got a very important voice out here. You know, I've been learning from you for years. And one thing about it, what I noticed with a lot of brothers is like when you bring something up and they're wrong, they just flat out lie. And I'm glad you guys are bringing this up, and I'm glad we have a African Egyptian citizen that's online because, like Chef was saying, how can you not put them in the conversation? I mean, that's if that's not being biased, I don't know what is. So
Right.
I'm glad y'all clearing a lot of stuff up. And you know, it's just sometimes look, Chief X, he done pointed out stuff to me. You know, I came from a well, I was Baptist at first, but then you know, with the Hebrew stuff and everything, but you know, he done pointed stuff out to me, you know, a couple of years ago, and I was like, damn, I just had to eat it. Like, yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna sit up and just say, you know what I'm saying? You wrong. If somebody brings something out and you don't know, I don't understand. But I guess that comes from ego and pride. But you know, this a good bill. I digress.
Hey, Umar Torah, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, have you heard of the channel The Pseudo Killers?
I'll be honest with you. I'm on Twitter and Facebook more than YouTube.
Okay, are we
I
Facebook
w-
friends?
no, I will add you. I will add you. I will add you.
Okay,
Definitely, I will add you. But I'll
okay.
be honest with you. I just want to say to Nguzu something, bro. We proud being African. We know that. The point that we make, and you definitely have to. You know that we just trying to say that Africa is diverse. You definitely know Africa is the most diverse continent in the world,
That's what I
more than
teach.
Asia. That's more than Europe. We different. East African different than North African than West African. Even Khoisan people and Pygmy they different than Bantu. You know that, right?
That's what I teach.
What I'm talking is Egyptian as in ancient Egypt and in as the older mummy studies that we had on them and the modern Egyptian, they are close to each other autosomally and in the haplogroup. Do you agree with that or not?
Absolutely.
Okay. The point now is when you see people hating on
There's
modern
been
Egyptian, do you think
8%
we
in
don't have the
Siren,
right
8%
to tell
English.
them the truth?
You were
Do
breaking
you
up,
think?
Ngozi. Let him finish because your phone was breaking up. Your
Okay.
reception. Go ahead, Omar.
I was saying, if you know that we are the ancestor of these people, and so you know that we have the right to defend ourselves if people came to us and tell us, "Oh, you guys are fake. You guys are Arab. You guys are." I don't want to say the other swear words, but they call us so many stuff, like so many bad words. And on the other side, you find some Egyptian, they really love their country, really love their history. They just get mad because these people are racist to them. I'm sorry, man, but they are racist. You know what I mean? When I don't want to say, but somebody called me a goat fucker, mate. You know what I mean? On Twitter, literally 2 days ago.
They called you
It's really
a
this.
goat fucker.
Yeah, it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
So,
We
can
even
I ask
have
Omar a
goats.
question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But what was you finished, Omar though?
Yeah, yeah. You can ask me. You can
Okay,
ask
go
me.
ahead, Ngozi.
So, Omar, you're aware of genetics, it seems like. Aren't you in a
Sorry.
Somali man? Aren't you? You seem like you are aware of genetics. You're educated. I
Yeah,
want
yeah. I'm
brother X.
educated.
I
I
want
I
brother. I
study
want brother
history
X.
in Egypt.
I want brother X to hear this so he can understand what I'm trying to explain. Aren't you in a?
Ngozi, I understand that you don't have to go back to
No,
the
I just
Somali,
want to.
Ethiopia,
No,
Somali.
no, no.
I know,
Let me just.
I know there's components and all that stuff,
No, no,
prehistory and
hold
all
on, but
that.
Chief X, I just want the audience to hear what I'm trying to say because they might not get it. I just want him to hear it. So my brother Omar, isn't you and a Somali man that's EB32 genetically more closer than a Bantu speaker in Cameroon?
Yeah, then Bantu, right?
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
I'll
That's
tell
all
you
I
other
wanted to say.
side. I'm
Yeah,
closer
Okay.
that's.
to
Thank you.
Levantine people
Hey,
than Somalis people because the Autosomal in Somalis they have little bit more sub-Saharan admixture, so it make
Yes.
the Autosomal go far a bit. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, so he
Yes.
said he's closer to the Levantines.
Autosomally, right? But in haplogroups, the V32 it came from the V12
That's right.
23,000 years ago. So
That's right.
we related to Somalians
That's
with the
right.
haplogroups. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
But
What?
Thank you.
autosomally, we are closer to the Levant people. That's
And
what we're trying to
and
understand.
Hey,
that and
You know what I mean?
have you
Aki,
Omar, have you where are are your parents still around?
My parents from Luxor, my dad from Luxor, my mom from Alexandria, and I born and raised in Alexandria. I live now abroad.
is your father Saudi?
Hold on.
You know what's
Alexandria is
funny? You know what's funny, Chief X? I lived in America for 4 years. I don't know if you know Harrisburg.
Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay, I've heard of Harrisburg.
Yeah, I lived in Harrisburg for 4 years. I have a lot of friends there.
Did
Till
you
now, we
did you
still
come here to go to
connect.
school when you was here for 4 years?
I had a girlfriend that came here, stay for a bit, but didn't work out, and now I'm in UK.
So Alexandria is basically close to the Mediterranean.
Yeah. Alexandria is kind of mixed between Lower Egyptian and Upper Egyptian. Like my dad. My mom is Lower Egyptian. My dad is Upper Egyptian.
Have
Because
your
after
parent?
1952,
Uh huh.
millions of Upper Egyptian moved to the cities like Cairo and Alexandria and Bursaid. So you found more like after 1952, you found more mix between Lower Egyptian and Upper Egyptian.
Right. So I
Before
was.
that, the mix was not that much.
That's because
Is your father
I was
Saudi?
doing. Hold on one second. Because I was doing some research, and I found out that 80% of the Egyptians live closer in the big cities like Alexandria, Cairo.
Yes. So you
So
have Cairo. The big
they're
Cairo is
more
like
closer to the Mediterranean than they are the first
let's say
cataract.
like it's like 65 million to 70 million from Cairo up, and like 40 million in Upper Egypt. Because you
Did,
have to know, I told you a lot of Upper Egyptian moved north,
is
many
your
many millions.
has your parents done a DNA test before?
I did a DNA test.
Okay. Does some of it is Levant? You said.
No, the autosomal is closely like Levant, but you have to know even ancient Egyptian, the autosomal is a little bit like we have like
Of the
Anatolian
proximity.
farmers,
Yes.
Anatolian farmers and kind of like Natufians, not
Yes.
Natufians like Natufians, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Pre-party
And
Neolithic.
little bit partially sub-Saharan. In Upper Egypt, it can reach
Exactly.
10% to 8%. In Lower Egypt, it might be lower.
Hey, is your father Saudi? Is he Saudi?
It's Saidi. My father is Saidi.
Oh.
My mom is Fallahini. Not
And
Fallahini, but you can say like Alexandria.
what does your father look like? Do he look like Muhammad Ramadan father?
No, not really. He had like he's tanned, but not that much. Yeah, I wanna tell you about some Muhammad Ramadan. Muhammad Ramadan, his dad is Sudanese by origin, but he born and raised in Egypt. So his origin, he's Sudanese in it, like Nubian like in it. You know, not fully Saidi in it. You know what I mean? But he born in Guinea and lived there. But I mean, like it's like by blood, he had like Sudanese blood.
Yeah, but
But
his
his mom
father.
is full
He
Egyptian.
said his father was Saudi in the interview.
Yeah, Saudi, because he born in Said and lived there, so he counts on Saidi. I'm talking about blood ones. If you search his picture, he definitely Sudanese. Like even he said before in old interview, and a lot of
So
people know that. But
can
it's
I ask you
okay
a
because
question though, Omar?
yeah.
Doesn't some Saudi people have dark skin? Let's just be
Look,
truthful
I'll be
without
honest
being
with you.
too
Yeah,
weak.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, dark
Okay.
skin. But in Egypt, we don't call them black because the problem in America, people always look at color skin if you're gonna pass as black or not. You know what I mean? In
Exactly.
Egypt, we don't think like that. In Egypt, if you Saidi and you dark as fuck, you Saidi. If you from lower Egypt and you light as fuck, you Egyptian. If you from upper Egypt and you light, you Egyptian. Doesn't
So Chief
matter.
X,
You know what I mean?
so Chief X and Omar, let me just say this. This is Ngozi's argument. According to North America, this country based shit off skin. If they seen
But
some of them
we
Saudi people, hold on, let me just say this, Omar. If they seen some of them Saudi people or people that
No,
live in North Carolina,
Ngozi, we're not doing that. Don't do the mind game
okay,
right now. We
I'm just
all
being an
agree that
example.
we all agree. We've been agreeing that they vary in skin color, dark, light.
But Chief,
We're not have no, Ngozi. I'm not having no argument about skin color.
this is not an
They're no,
argument,
no, 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 no. I understand. They vary.
right? But this is
That's all
not an
I'm saying.
argument, Chief. But
But
I want the panel I want
Ngozi,
the panel to understand. You
Ngozi.
asked me a question. I want to finish my.
No,
All
no,
I'm
you're
saying
not.
is
I'm not. No, I already know
okay.
what you're trying to do. Just stop, Ngozi, and relax.
But all that, but I'm just saying all that shit when niggas saying I'm flip flopping.
Yes,
Understand my
you've been flip
argument.
flopping.
This
We
ain't no,
understand your
no.
argument. I
This
understand your
ain't flip
argument.
flopping.
That's
Okay,
why I
long as
got
the
you on
audience
here because I
understand.
understand your argument. I got you
Long
on
as
here
the
because
audience understand.
I
Okay,
understand it. I'm letting you know you make it complicated for others intentionally. That's just how I feel.
that's how you
But
feel. Okay.
featurely, Gozo, honestly, featurely didn't look like African Americans. Like, I'll be honest with you, the hair texture is really different. Like, it's
Totally
little
different.
bit, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, we have little bit curly, but it's not level as
You see
African
my hair
Americans.
texture?
You know, the hair texture is
You
different.
see
You know
my
what I
hair
mean?
texture? You should see my hair texture.
Yeah, but you
But
said
that's
you
what I'm
mixed,
saying
right?
about the flip flop, man. When you say that we listen to pseudo, but you don't help it by doing that flip flopping on
No, y'all
Sinetta
don't
TV.
comprehend. This ain't my problem that y'all don't
Okay,
comprehend.
so
I'm teaching all.
we keep telling you since you
I
know
just
they don't since you don't know they don't comprehend, you use that against them to make them think something they shouldn't be thinking. That's the point.
Because they be
if
running
we
off
say
like
if we say
Ngozi saying they're us.
but Chief, if y'all keep hearing me say that they not Negroid over and over again,
It's not a.
what other way to say it?
It's no. We get it. I get it. You know these conscious community niggas is dumb. Stop
Right. I
playing.
get it too. But Napai don't. Sinetta don't.
Yeah, and Gozo,
When
I
they
just want to
say,
tell you something else, please.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Average Egyptian have 90% Eurasian admixture, right? Coptic can reach 95%. You know that, right? Muslim
When you say
90%.
you're, well, you got to be, but you have to be distinct about Eurasian and what PCA is used, because I understand the FS is used when they talk about Eurasian, because some layers of Eurasian is indigenous to North Africa. You have basal Eurasian, and you have something that's split from the Hydra-like population from CTM168.
I know
So
that,
when you say
but on
Eurasian,
science they
what
count it
layer?
as a Eurasia, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what
You
I
said
mean?
what?
Go ahead,
These
Omar.
things,
Go ahead. Continue.
Yes, yes.
do you hear me?
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
It's not
Omar.
my problem.
I can hear you,
I
brother.
mean, it might sound racist, right? Because it's native North African and they call it. I know that. I definitely know. Like ancient Egyptian, they didn't came from the Levant. It's different migration. There is a main people was in Egypt, Neolithic Egypt. I
Correct.
know. I know all of these. I know all of these. But what I mean in general, autosomally, they different than other areas in East Africa and West Africa. That's what we have to tell people. They a bit different. We are on the same continent, but we diverse. We have to accept it. Doesn't mean we
That's what I
from the same
teach.
continent. Doesn't mean we are all the same people. We have to be proud from where we're from. We have to be proud. Whatever you're from, you have to be proud for your ancestors, and you have to stop swearing at people and cursing at them and claiming that the invaders and fake for just I don't know, mate. That's it. I'm
So
I'm sorry guys
this
for interrupting you guys.
That's
that's
the whole point.
that's
I think
But
that's
I,
the
but
whole
I
point.
never, but I never
that.
called the Egyptian or Berber an invader. I don't do that.
Not you, Ngozo, not you. But because I heard you say in the North African are racist, right? Mate, I'll be honest with you. I know many people defending Egypt history on social media, Facebook and Twitter. They don't call N word. They don't call anything about slaves. They just showing picture proofs that ancient Egyptian they look like modern Egyptian. You know what I mean? They just showing proof that we related to these people without crossing the line, without saying N word, without saying any shit. You know what I mean? But
So
we're not all racist. You can't say North Africans are racist and Egyptology 7 is that
Oh
and
my, I
North
said
African
some.
hate
I
us.
said some on social media, not all. So I also rooted
Yeah,
y'all out
but
and gave
you
y'all credit.
Muslim and a lot of ban Africans they've been racist to Arabs and Islam and Prophet
Yes.
Muhammad. You know
right,
that,
right,
right?
right. So
They
he should be basically saying you don't call them racist. You just call them racist.
Some Arabs is racist and some North Africans racist.
Sugar Hayes says, "I bet the Egyptian claims being an Arab." Now, maybe Sugar Hayes is new to this channel, or
Hey,
culturally, mate,
X, I
because you
gotta
have to
go,
know.
bro. Thanks for letting
all
me on the
right.
panel. I gotta
Thank you,
go.
thank you,
Well,
thank you.
it goes. Let
I'm
me
gonna call you
let's let,
later.
all right. Let's just piece it out. We good.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
for sure. I can still
Oh,
gotta
Before
call you though. I'm gonna
Ngozi
call
all
you.
go,
right, all right.
I just
So
want to clear the air. I
All
just
right,
want to clear
peace.
the air before you go, brother. The energy you see is no ill will towards you. I respect you, brother. I respect your intellect. I enjoy listening to you, man. Your energy you see is
I
because
appreciate you, King.
I see highly of you, and you really could nail the coffin for Chief X with Sinetta, the pot and all them other heads, if you would just keep it at just that nail in the coffin, man. Don't go to that skin tone, this and that, and all that other stuff, man. That's all,
So,
man.
all right, man. Appreciate you, Ngozi. So we have this comment. I bet the Egyptian claims of being Arab. Now, maybe Sugar Hayes is new or don't know this, but I'll let Omar
Culturally,
clear it up. But Egypt is only about around 17% Arab. Most
that's
the majority,
genetically.
right, genetically. Religiously and culturally, I mean, it is kind of an Arab culture now, but I think Iran, if I'm correct, you can correct me, Omar. I think Iran has the hugest Arab population genetically. Am I correct?
No, it's Saudi. Saudi are
Oh,
the main.
Saudi.
Saudi, yeah. Saudi
Okay.
is the main G1, like Arabs, the population, they Saudi and Yemen, you can say the main places where you found like the most numbers of Arabs, like real Arabs are Saudi and Yemen.
Okay.
But in Egypt, you have to know Arabs never mixed with Egyptian because this is something we have to know. Arabs in the beginning they look at Egyptian as like second class because they rule the country, right? And they love to keep their blood. All the Arab tribes till now they love keeping their blood Arab. So they lived in a different places. They mixed with each other. Even Egyptian in the cities, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, they didn't mix at all. The only mix that happened with Muslim, it's a bad, but it's like sub-Saharan admixture happened from last 700 years only with the Muslim. That's why the autosomal for the Muslims have extra 10 to 6% sub-Saharan than the Caucasian. That's
Hey, Quasi, you got a question for Omar?
I was just typing in the private chat, man. Uh, it's 2:36 a.m. here in France, man. I'm about to go to bed. I
Oh,
just
okay.
want to
Yeah, you
come
in
on.
France.
Yeah, I just want to come on and support you, man, and get at Ngozi for for that back and forth, man. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to do it for a long time.
Man, but for a long time. That's why I'm on here. For a long time, sometimes you just get fed up of what you think is flip flopping, and I just had to come out.
Yeah, yeah. But man, much love, man. Good show, man. Keep it
Oh,
coming, brother.
all right, Quasi, you take care, bro.
Hey,
All right.
same here, Chief, man. Great job. I'm gonna holler at you, Doc.
You got a question for Omar? You good?
Man, if I ask my question, it's gonna Omar. Omar, are you
yes,
there?
boss. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I
If you
hear
can
you.
do this briefly, how would you
Yeah, yeah.
respond to the claims that everything of significance in Egypt came from the South? Whether it's
Yes, that's
their
from Luxor, from my dad's city.
no, the
Thebes.
South
No, no, no.
as
He,
in
he he said it. He said Luxor. That's south to Mediterranean.
Yeah, yes.
okay,
That's what I've
No,
been
no, no.
telling people.
right,
Like when they say Narmer came from the south,
South of
they're talking
Egypt.
about Central Egypt compared to Northern
You know
Egypt.
what's funny? Like Luxor is Thebes, and Thebes is where Narmer came from and where he united Egypt. So that's south of Egypt, right? And the second thing I know a lot of people don't know, when Narmer unified Egypt, he ended Group A Nubia. What that mean? That mean that Lower Egypt and Upper Egypt they were close to each other languagely, religious wise, because Upper Egypt was Horus people and Lower Egypt was Seth. So both of them like are Egyptian. Nubian, they have a different group A. Nubia, they have different religious. They're not that close like Upper Egyptian, Lower Egypt. That's why when the both united, they didn't unite with Nubian. So these people are a bit different. You got me?
yeah, you understand the implication of what I was asking you, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Okay.
studied history in Egypt for like 4 years, so I know like the whole pre-dynastic era. Even like a lot of people don't even know the first people farm in Egypt. They were in Lower Egypt in Fayum 9,000 BC to till 5,000 BC. It's called Fayum Group A. People
Right.
Google it. They really old, and they were literally in Lower Egypt.
I did a video on that.
Yep.
The
Yeah, yeah, I
Fayum.
saw it. I saw it. That's it was fire, man.
Thanks. Are you saying my presentation on the Fayum was fire?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because a lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? I studied
A
history
lot of
there.
people had
Yeah.
no clue. I think I titled the video "They Came from the North." That might have been the one. I'm not sure.
Lower Egyptian, they will hate you for that. Our Egyptians, sorry. No, but I'll be honest with you. Even now in Egypt, we don't see different. Like I told you, I'm mixed. I see myself Egyptian, like lower Egyptian. They might love themselves a bit more, or upper Egyptian. But at the end of the day, we Egyptian. You know what I mean? Like we don't see them color skin thing. Doesn't matter. Like my mom is really light skin. My dad is a bit tanned as average man in Egypt, because we get tanned really easy. You know what I mean? It's something in our skin. You know what I mean?
Have you seen
Beautiful.
any? Have you ever seen any Nubians claiming
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
they?
have friends.
Have you seen any Nubians claiming they built Egypt?
Look, it's funny. Some of them they do, but they're not in Egypt. They're like Sudanese Nubian. There's some beef between Egypt and Sudan, so some Sudanese think that they the real ancient Egyptian. But they know a lot. I'll be honest with you, with no hate, that they're really few Kabul people. They might be in like brainwashed by some hot tips and stuff. You know what I mean?
So a lot of them are brainwashed by hoteps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But most of Sudanese, they proud of their history. They not claiming Egypt. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I even know some guy on Twitter. He brought his Sudanese friend as like a evidence of ancient Egypt came from Sudan or Nubia. You know what I mean? And I gave them evidence, and both of them blocked me. And I don't know.
So, like I seen a video of a Nubian who lives on the borders of Egypt, but he clearly said he's a Nubian. So, because there's a lot of African Americans want to make them those Nubians who are my not what I call them. I guess they're like in the Nubian village. They want to just make them Egyptian, but they're
Yeah,
proud.
I
You,
want to
you
tell you
you were telling
something.
me that they were proud Nubians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is some Nubian they mix with Egyptian. They have some like say 80 to 40% Egyptian admixture. Maybe in Guzo he was talking about that because some of them, but like I said, 90% of 80% they keep their blood. You know what I mean? They don't really mix. But you can find like 10% of them live in the cities and they might be mixed.
Right.
You know what I
It,
mean?
right. So there are, yeah. So I'm sure there are some that have an Egyptian parent and a Nubian parent, and they are mixed. So it's kind of similar to when you say they try to keep their blood clean. It's similar to the Cherokee. People don't know this about the Cherokee Indians. In their bylaws, they had that if, as a Cherokee, if you mess with one of the African slaves, you can be kicked out the tribe or banished from the tribe. So there were less mixing of Native American and Africans in America than people think. They would get in trouble for having sex with the African slaves. That's in the Cherokee bylaws.
Hey, Chief,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you something. Do you think? I mean, I've watched a lot of their videos and had their books. Do you think that Ashwa Quasi and like Anthony Browder, you think they know this information and they intentionally misleading the
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
but they just don't
yeah.
bring it up?
Oh, they know for sure. They know better than me. They know they just intentionally lying because they're making too much money with doing tours back and
Can I
forth to
say
Egypt.
something?
Yes, sir.
Anthony Brown, he had a video from the pyramids with a group of African Americans telling them this pyramid built by black man. So it's definitely like lying, right? So when you play with words, right, and you say this pyramid's built by black man to African Americans, so in their mind, first thing that comes, these people built by our ancestors. You know what I mean? We related to these people. Black people are same. You know what I mean? Are same one. So we related to the people who built the pyramids. So this is like, you know what I mean? Saying lies and talking to people about history and lie about history. And I think people in Egypt starting realizing about Afrocentric in the last couple of years. Like before, we used to be cool, right? Like we doesn't matter. Some people come disrespecting some people. Like I don't know if you know, there is a video of Tariq Nasheed or Nashad.
Yes.
He was really rude with one of the guys there, and he's like, this guy keep annoying me and stuff, and he called him an Arab. It's so funny.
Tarek Nasheed don't know no better.
Yeah, he had a video saying that the Turkish people are black people too. I watched it last week. It was so funny. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
so he's weird. But I want to tell you something, Chief X. Thank you very much for the video. Thank you for letting me talk. I was just want to say this stuff to everybody. I'm sorry if some people was racist, saying some bullshit. We don't hate no one, man. We just wanna people know that we respect everyone. If you respect our history, if you respect our people, and that's it, man. That's it. We just same like Mexican proud of their history, Indians proud of their history. You know what I mean? You find that everywhere. Everybody have good history, good ancestry. They should be proud of their people. You know what I mean? We didn't do something wrong.
Right. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And anytime you see me live, Omar, you're welcome on the panel.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I'll join. I'll join definitely again. We might have some debates with you. I have good knowledge in Egyptian history. I studied for 4 years. I realize some people lie, especially with mixing with like Upper Egyptian. They call them Nubians and Lower Egyptian as the Egyptian. You know what I mean? Because they were like, oh, they like New York. It's half white, half black. But it's, it's funny, man. It's funny.
Right, right, right. So
But
this guy,
anytime, man, I will join with you anytime if you wanna debate. Let's do debate and whatever. If they wanna debate about anything, I'll come smashing for you. Don't worry.
that'll work, man. I appreciate. Actually, I want you to come every time I'm live. I'd like you to come up. You got to
Have a
be
good
in. You
night,
got to.
man.
You got. Okay, you too. Good night, man.
Thank you. Cheers.
So Stoic wrote on here. Nobody in this community can walk back their BS. They must either change their rhetoric or admit they were wrong. Period. Thank you, Stoic, for them wise words. And that's true. People need to just admit they were wrong and change, just like I did. Um, Eric, you got something to say for you back for you bounce? Magic
Uh,
Mike, are you still here?
Yeah, the brother Omar kept talking, man. I had to stay
Oh,
on to hear it
I just
because I was gonna go after he left, but he kept rolling, so I had to stay. This was
You
good,
know,
man. I appreciate it.
yeah, this is real good. I'm glad I caught like the last 45 minutes. I'm glad and Ngozi cleared that up. I'm glad Chief X you gave him the platform for it. And just to be honest, I mean, we go on a lot of different platforms, and we all can be biased sometimes. But now it's like we in the age now. It's like it's too much information out there. It's like, come on now, stop it. We can't make generalizations about people, all every race, ethnic group, or whatever. There's some good and bad and everything, and that's just a simple fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like when brothers say that. It's like, oh, you going against the nation, you going against our people, you going, and this and that. No, it's just being mature, and being an adult.
right.
Wrong is
Being an
wrong,
adult,
right is right.
right?
I think
Everybody, go ahead, Magic.
Ngothi's kind of a chameleon. Sometimes you have too much information, you know, and it's kind of difficult sometimes to take a hard stance. That's why I let him slide when he mentioned Aaliyah. I just didn't. You see what I'm saying? It was very funny. You hear me, Chief?
I missed you for a minute because somebody called me.
No. I'm just saying. I think Ngozi, he's kind of a chameleon. I think he just has a lot of information, but he doesn't necessarily want to plant his feet firm, and kind of be stuck,
Oh,
in one
we
spot.
call it just take a hard stance.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. I mean, he wants to be able to continue to have access, kind of as you know, somebody that's going to just be able to give a lot of information, but doesn't want to kind of be dismissed for making a hard stance, in my opinion. But he's cool. He's cool. He tried he tried to sneak Aaliyah in there on my example though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what he'll do. He tried to sneak. No, give me Janet, give me Mary J. Blige, give me Whitney, and just make it plain.
All right, then. Great show, y'all. I'm gonna get back at y'all. Peace.
All right, Eric Bond, you be cool, bro.
Peace.
I'm all alone again. That's interesting. statement. See, you know what? That's a great point. I didn't think about. And even these Egyptomaniacs in the conscious community will flat out say Hebrews was not black. Period. Flat out. But won't do the same with Egypt. That is crazy. I just never thought about that till just now. Oh man. So Unbiased said he had to adjust. Hey, you welcome, Jasmina LD, my Egyptian friend. I'm not sure if you're Egyptian or not, but you rep for the Egyptians. Or you might be just North African. I got a question I should have asked him. Maybe Jasmina can answer. If I say, okay, so I know Egyptians consider themselves a little different than the other North Africans. So, do Egyptians also consider themselves to say that they're North Africans? Are they like um, um, trying to separate themselves? Somebody asked what's Amir's channel. I asked him that. Hey, that's Quasi who was just on. Amir said he don't have a YouTube channel. Now I don't know why Amir you don't have a YouTube channel. You need to be up there on your YouTube channel doing presentations and doing your own thing. Shakir, you missed it, bro. The North Africans was repping with you, bro. This is my little mini pipe. Actually, I don't even know why I have this pipe. I keep this pipe just in my car just for like a backup. It's like a little mini pipe. Now this is a mini pipe and it's bigger than this mini pipe. Way bigger. And this pipe is bigger than this mini pipe. Wait a minute. So yeah, I'm a pipe guy. Now, I guess I'll end this live stream. And Ngozi's gonna still be mad at me because I came hard in the beginning, right? I mentioned he didn't have a degree. You know what I mean? He's gonna be mad at me. I understand that, Ngozi. You know what I mean? But hell, salute, man. Thanks for coming on and clarifying this shit. And I hope you be more clearer and make it plain from now on. Um, um, this guy here, I thought I timed this cat out. I want to make I want to make a 10 grand bet the Egyptians were black. Let's put it in escrow. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Wait a minute, watch this. Hold on. Watch this, y'all. Hold on. And in his name is the word Arab. Dash Arab. Now, but wait a minute, watch this. He has absolutely zero content on his channel. But he wants to put $10,000 in escrow and debate me on the Egyptians as black. And he can't even put a face or even a regular old avatar up. Nobody's ever seen his face in life. Nobody knows who the hell he is, where he's from. But he's always on these streams talking that shit. Nobody knows him. How somebody want to debate? I got over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. It's called content. He has not one fucking video, not one video saying one word. Absolutely zilch. This is how you know you're dealing with someone with bad behavior. What up, Corey? You missed it. I came for Ngozi earlier, but we pieced it out. We good now. I just needed some clarity. Shakir said he gonna rewatch the show. Okay. Stokes Chief X has turned his space ass overhead. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, but we had a good show. We had some Egyptians on here, some North Africans on here. We were shooting the shit. You know what I mean? So Chef even came on. Corey, Chef came on and Chef said that if you're gonna be talking about Egyptian history and Egyptians and North Africans and all that, then God damn it, it is only a right and appropriate that sometimes an Egyptian or North African should allow to be on. And since we talking about their fucking history in their country, we are dead wrong to sit here and just cuss them out and display all this racism towards them just because they want to come on and participate in the chat or participate on the panel about their country. Chef said it's wrong of us to do that to them. And it is, okay? Dash Arab, you got Arab in your name, but you want to, and you black, but you want to prove that the Egyptians is black, and you got $10,000. In this comment thread, put post a presentation that you ever did in life, and let me see it. This is why I tell these people have mental health problems. The conscious community is full of people with mental health problems. The conscious community is built on people who are angry and fell out the church. They pissed off at Jesus, so they run to the online conscious community and just blend in. Then a sister who just left the church will see a sister in the conscious community talking about chakras and kundalinis and astrology and magic candles and money oil and all that fuck shit. And she'll just blend in. She'll leave one belief to take on another belief. And both beliefs may be wrong. Or you'll have these guys who leave Christianity because they pissed off at Jesus. They read one or two books and think they are smarter than their mama and daddy now. They read one or two books and think they are smarter than all their aunties and uncles and everybody. And then they join the conscious community and start believing people like Polite and shit and Tariq Nasheed. Now all of a sudden they got worse beliefs now than they did when they was in the church. When they was in the church, all they did was believe, hey, Jesus is coming back to save them, and they need to do right to make it to heaven. That's all they gave a shit about. Now they in the conscious community, all berserk and crazy, worse beliefs than you had before. You didn't become crazier than you have. A conscious community is built up on a bunch of angry, uneducated people in search for some type of belief. I mean, when I was in search of belief, I left the church and I kind of got with the Nation of Islam. I said, "Oh shit, they wrong about this." I left the Nation of Islam and start studying with the Moors. Oh shit, the Moors is wrong about this. Then I started studying with the Orthodox Islam. I said, "Oh, these Orthodox Muslims are wrong. I'm not gonna be sitting here praying 5 times a day doing this shit." Then I start studying with the Hebrew Israelites. I said, "Oh shit, that shit about being brought back again on ships was some bullshit. They wrong." And then I said, "Fuck it, all of it. Why do I feel like I need to belong to something? Why do I feel like I have to be a part of something? What is wrong with me where I'm just trying to fit myself into some group, organization, or belief system? Why can't I just be a fucking free thinker?" And from then on, I said I'm a free thinker and a truth seeker. I'm no longer a faith seeker. I'm a truth seeker. I'm rolling with truth. Fuck it. And I just been an independent motherfucker from then on. Oh man. Hey Magic Mike, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Magic, oh my God. And you informed me that the Laker game is coming on. Man, look here. I'm about to, I might even sip me some whiskey tonight. I might even bring my whiskey out. Y'all have been too kind today, right? And watch the Laker game and kick my feet back. Um, she said I shook the Hotep community up. Hey, Mike, bro, I appreciate that, man. You know, what was I gonna say? For a lot of people, used to ask me, a lot of North Africans who became friends and Egyptians who became friends, they couldn't send me a cash app, right? So it's like, I can't send you a cash app because if you're in another country, I think you can't send a person a cash app who's in another country. So now I have the super chat. I think once I passed 1 million views, I got an email from Facebook, and they allowed me to have a super chat. So people from out of the country can now donate to my super chat if um, um, you feel you should. All right. We had one point we had 170 people listening to us at the same time. Yeah, I don't get that many views usually, but I appreciate it. They came for the drama. They got it. But we also got some clarity in the meantime. Yep, the hotel community is shook. You know what? People, although you may not see the elders on my YouTube page or what have you, me and all the elders, I'm talking about all the elders, have been Facebook friends a long time. They comment on my Facebook videos and or Facebook posts, if you didn't know. Baba Heru up out of New York was pissed off the other day. I posted a video on my Facebook page and I challenged everybody in Facebook land to name one indigenous person, black person, to North Africa, to the Levant, in all the areas I always say. And Baba Heru could not come up with one. He got so pissed off and in his feelings, he began to insult me on Facebook. I'm gonna do a video and show it one day. I said, "Nigga, Baba Haru is in his feelings." Old school Baba Haru started insulting me. He was pissed off. He couldn't think of one. He just left the post, said "fuck it," and left. So don't think Baba Haru, Infadishi's been on my page, and all them cats watch Tony Browder, Tariq Nasheed, all these cats watch my YouTube videos. Tariq Nasheed watches my shit because I've called him out several times. And I'm probably the only person Tariq Nasheed will not come back at. Because the videos I've made about him, he would never in his life send nobody to my page to watch my videos exposing his ass. So he keeps his motherfucking mouth shut when it comes to me. I can talk all kind of. He'll come for you other niggas, but not me. My shit's too profound, and if he send a nigga to my page, They gonna come over here and see I'm telling the motherfucking truth. So Tariq Nasheed is not gonna ever reply or fuck with me. But all these elders, all these people watch my motherfucking videos. Tony Browder is scared to death that I may come out with another video like this and make him look bad. He watches all my shit. Trust and believe. Wait. Well, Baba Heru is the only police officer that these pro-blacks love. Yeah, they love Baba Heru. Baba Heru is a retired police officer. I don't have nothing against police officers, but I know a lot of y'all do. So I just wanted to rub it in. Yep, Baba Heru is a retired police officer, but they love him. Baba Heru, old school. He used to walk the beat. He's so old school, they didn't drive in no motherfucking cars. He walked the goddamn beat and walked around with a bully club. Hey, Shakir, you should go back and watch this video. We questioning Ngozi. Is why is he going off on these racist rants with all you North Africans? And I told the people, they don't know why, but let me just tell you since you niggas don't know. Ngozi got his ass towed up in my comments by North Africans. He got his ass towed up before. He not gonna never agree. He probably gonna get mad at me for saying this. He was having a DNA conversation and another Egyptian towed his ass up one day. He won't never admit it. That's exactly what happened. So Ngozi has this issue with North Africans ever since. He tore his ass up. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all peace out and be good.